Chapter 482. At this moment, many people had gathered around to watch. Everyone had a smile on their faces and they were watching this battle with the attitude of watching a show. Of course, Sakura was among them. When he saw Lin Rei being attacked, he wanted to rush forward but was stopped by Lin Rei's voice transmission. Then, he stayed in the crowd and watched. Ha! Break! At this moment, after the man in black roared, a strong beam of light instantly appeared in front of him. When the Nine Heavens Azure Dragon appeared and collided with it, a dazzling light instantly washed over the eyes of all the surrounding onlookers. Crack! Crack! The sound of something breaking was heard and cracks naturally appeared on the light column. However, at this moment, the 9 dragons were not damaged at all. They were still very dazzling and their power was not reduced at all as they attacked the light column in front of them. How is this possible? The moment the crack appeared, the black-clothed man cried out in surprise. Although his eyes could not be seen, it was obvious that he was very shocked at this moment. He was shocked that an ant who had just entered the divine realm could break through his attack. Humph! Nothing is impossible. With me, everything is possible, including killing you. A voice full of killing intent suddenly sounded from behind. Suddenly, the man was stunned on the spot. He wanted to fight back but it was too late. Bang! In the instant that Linley arrived behind the black-clothed man, he lashed out with a whip kick towards the heads of the 9 Azure Dragons. A black blur suddenly shot towards the mouth of the Azure Dragon in a parabolic arc. But right now, the black-robed man's heart was filled with shock. Not just him. Even the surrounding people who had previously despised Linley and hated Linley couldn't help but feel regret for their previous actions. Haha, I didn't expect to take in such a little monster this time. TSK. 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 If those old guys know about this, they will divide him up. Not far away, Xueqi, who was ready to take action at any time, saw this scene and relaxed a lot. Although he knew that Lin Rei couldn't win, he was not as anxious as before to rescue him at this moment. Ha 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 ha! Suddenly a burst of laughter rang out. Immediately, Lin Rei's face darkened, and his heart jumped to his throat. Ah, sure enough, it's not that easy to kill a fee examiner. Looks like today is going to be a fight to the death. Lin Rei, who was prepared, clenched Hun Dun's body tightly as cold sweat trickled down his forehead. He stared at Song Long as though he could see through everything. Bang! A loud sound rang out as the 9 Heavens Azure Dragon instantly descended and dissipated in the air, disappearing without a trace. Not bad at all. A jealous and arrogant voice rang out. Instantly, Linley stared warily in front of him. A figure had appeared, emanating a murderous aura that was on par with Linley's own. Because of this, Linley became even more vigilant. Humph, brat. You're doing well. Don't even think about leaving. Say. Shwa. The moment the black-robed man finished speaking, he saw a shadow dashing towards him with boundless killing intent and divine chi. Instantly, a sense of fear that he had never felt before rose in his heart. However, Lin Rei was not one to be scared. Rather than waiting for death, he decided to take the initiative. After making the decision, Lin Rei released his cultivation as a divine being. His 5 senses, his body, and his magic treasures were all used by Lin Rei to increase his cultivation. Originally, he was already able to kill people of a higher level. Now, with so many enhancements, his strength was even more powerful. Suddenly, a brilliant light was released. Everyone around was stunned. They knew that this kind of brilliance could only be released by a divine weapon. There was no other way to release such brilliance. Damn, a full set of divine weapons. He's so awesome. Where did he get promoted from? And which sect did he join? F***CK. This is too unfair. Why is everyone else so awesome while I have to eat grass? This is not fair. Damn it. Isn't this a deep stab to my lowly self-esteem? Is he still human? The moment they saw Lin Rei's divine weapons, the surrounding people could not help but chatter. Some of them were even crazier. They could not wait to rush up to Lin Rei and pull out his equipment and put it on themselves. However, they had to rely on their own strength. In the end, they could only watch the battle silently. Humph, those who can't get along with me must die. Especially those who provoke me like you. You can't be left alive. Lin Rei, who was already prepared to take action, did not move at all. Instead, His spear shot out first. At this moment, the chaotic dragon spear seemed to be alive as it stood in front of Lin Rei. Its body was emitting a cold light that made people not dare to look at it directly. Come, let's fight together. Lin Tian, I'll let you taste the blood of the people of the divine realm right here. As he spoke, traces of red energy were released little by little. A soul-stirring feeling arose in everyone's heart. This is the blood chi? At this moment, a very inconspicuous little fellow in the crowd exclaimed in surprise after seeing the red energy emitted from the spear. His voice was so loud that everyone around him heard it. Retreat! A cry of alarm came from the crowd. Immediately, tens of thousands of people retreated far away. They only stopped when the feeling of their souls being sucked away disappeared. How can this be? Why would the blood chi appear here? Moreover, look at that person. He is still fine. The crowd could not accept Lin Rei's current situation. Everyone knew that they could not touch the blood chi, let alone when it was used by a human. This had already turned their worldview upside down. Azura spear art. Plunder. Suddenly, there was a roar. The primal chaos dragon spear started to become blurry the moment Lin Li used his martial skill. When everyone saw it clearly, there was only one spear. At that moment, there were 9 spears. Moreover, each spear was shining with a cold light. Humph, what are you giving me? Lin Rei's hand seals were constantly changing. Then, the 9 spears appeared around Lin Rei and surrounded Lin Rei in the center. Swoosh! A sound broke through the air. In an instant, a graceful figure separated from the 9 spears and rushed towards a direction. Bang! A figure appeared in an instant and was sent flying backward. He only managed to stop after flying for 100 meters. Puff! 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 At this moment, the black-clothed man who was lying on the ground felt as if his internal organs were being pulled out. He was in unbearable pain. Blood spurted out from his mouth and his face turned pale in an instant. How is this possible? How can an early true god defeat me? This is impossible. This is impossible. Bang! In an instant, the black-clothed man bounced up from the ground as if he had gone mad. He exerted all his cultivation in an instant and ignored the pain in his internal organs. A sky piercer appeared in his hand and he rushed towards Lin Rei. The sky piercer seemed to be alive as it slashed towards Lin Rei with a thunderous force. Although he was able to defeat the black-clothed man for a short while, the black-clothed man's speed was too fast. It was so fast that Lin Rei did not come to his senses for a while. When the sense of crisis reached its end, Lin Rei slowly came to his senses. Humph, die for me. In an instant, the chaotic dragon spear rushed out towards the sky piercer. At the same time, another chaotic dragon spear rushed towards the black-clothed man who was holding the sky piercer. Dang, bam bam puff. The sound of weapons colliding with each other was accompanied by the sound of vomiting blood. Suddenly, Lin Rei's face lit up. As the saying goes, kill when you are sick. Lin Rei did not need to sympathize with this kind of person. Just when the black-clothed man vomited blood and was in a daze, a chaotic dragon spear rushed towards him. It was not a joke for a weapon of unknown grade to hit a cultivator's body. Dong, dong, dong. A series of muffled sounds were heard. Lin Rei, who was holding the chaotic dragon spear, was surrounded by 4 chaotic phantoms. He hit the black-clothed man's abdomen with the chaotic dragon spear and flew forward step by step. Puff! Puff! The black-clothed man vomited blood. At this moment, his life was hanging by a thread. If no one appeared, the black-clothed man would die in the next moment and cease to exist. Humph! It's over. Remember, in your next life, be a good person. Don't be a gangster. You can't afford it. At this point, everyone in the surroundings heard what he said. Instantly, an uproar broke out. Everyone's eyes were filled with disbelief. They had never imagined that a cultivator of the same level as them would be able to kill an expert of the god realm above his level. Dang! Suddenly, Lin Rei, who was holding the chaotic dragon spear, frowned and a cold light flashed in his eyes. This time, Lin Rei did not pour all of his cultivation into the chaotic dragon spear. He also used the illusory spirit blood fire on the chaotic dragon spear and stabbed it towards the black-clothed man's Dan Palace. No matter if it was a cultivator, an immortal cultivator, or a cultivator who was about to enter the divine realm, their Dan Palace was the foundation of a cultivator. If the Dan Palace was gone, It meant that the cultivator had reached the end of the path of cultivation. Howa / poof. The sound of a body being pierced was heard by everyone. Although the sound was not loud, it was still a cultivator in the divine weapon realm. The strength of the Dan Palace was extraordinary. Just the surface of the divine soul inside was already so strong that it was indestructible. However, it was pierced by this unknown brat in front of them. Chapter 483. Dead. An expert at the divine weapon realm was pierced through by Lin Rei's spear just like that. In the end, he didn't even have the chance to scream before his mouth was shut forever. At that moment, the scene was completely silent. Not a single person spoke. Not even a single bird could be heard. It was extremely quiet. However, Linley didn't care about this at all. Instead, he squatted down and reached out to take off the black man's mask. He saw a middle-aged man who wasn't very handsome but had a valiant aura appear in front of him. With a disdainful smile, Lin Rei looked at the man who had been killed in the blanket. He didn't have the chance. Instead, he lifted the dead man's hand and a sparkling ring appeared in front of Lin Rei's eyes. You have to give me something appropriate. Otherwise, I'll be at a disadvantage. In order to fight with you, I have to use all my cultivation. Tell me, is it suitable for you? Serves you right. After saying that, he waved his hand and an array appeared around him, protecting him. Then, his spiritual consciousness moved and instantly entered the dead man's ring. In an instant, Lin Rei entered the dead man's storage ring effortlessly. Of course, if the dead man wasn't dead, it would be difficult for him to break through the enchantment. However, the owner of the ring was dead and the ring was ownerless. Therefore, it didn't take much effort to enter the ring. When the onlookers saw Linley's actions, they were instantly filled with helplessness. The onlookers had not expected Linley's actions to disappear. It seems like this kid is still hiding his strength. I didn't expect an early true god to be able to kill an expert at the divine weapon realm. It seems like this person isn't simple. At this moment, a man in black armor beside Xueqi said in a deep voice. Okay, I know. I'll be careful. Hearing the man's words, Xueqi shrank her neck and said weakly. Damn, this is big news. Who is this guy? He actually has the ability to kill someone who's at a higher level. Yeah, who is this guy? He's so awesome. It seems like the divine world is going to be lively in the future. That's right. The thoughts of the onlookers always made people not know whether to laugh or cry. However, Sakura, who had been watching from the side, similarly covered his face with a helpless expression after seeing Lin Rei's actions. Sigh. Haha. Sakura, who was smiling slightly, quietly looked at the scene in front of him and didn't say anything. Damn, not bad. I didn't expect this idiot to have so many good things. At this moment, Lin Rei was so excited that he couldn't control himself when he sensed that the deceased's belongings were all good stuff. Luckily I didn't waste my efforts. I didn't expect that a random person would be able to make me a windfall. Although that was what Linley thought, he did not have the slightest intention of underestimating the powerhouses of the celestial realm. In fact, he still had lingering fears from the battle just now. If not for his powerful equipment and strength, he would have been the one to die here. Looking at so many good things, Lin Rei reluctantly withdrew from the ring. When Lin Rei came back to his senses, he removed the array around him. With a bang, a blood-red flame was thrown at the corpse. In an instant, the corpse turned into ashes and disappeared from this wonderful world. Lin Rei, who had settled the matter, raised his head and looked at the scene. At this moment, the scene was very funny. There were tens of thousands of people watching him. At this moment, he was like an animal in a zoo being admired and commented on by them. Look again. If you look again, you'll have to pay. Lin Rei said to them angrily. Suddenly, there was a flurry of footsteps and everyone left the place and returned to their original place. Not bad. As an initial true god, you were able to fight against an expert in the middle stage of the divine weapon realm without any difference. You even killed him. Previously, I thought that you wouldn't be able to defeat him. At this moment, Xueqi's words were heard. Instantly, Lin Rei's tightly knitted brows relaxed. He said to Xueqi, sigh. That's right. If it wasn't for his carelessness, I might have been the one to die. That's right. If it wasn't for his carelessness, I'm afraid that the one lying on the ground now would be you. When Gu Si said this, Lin Rei was a little puzzled. Gu Si's words were out of his expectations. Oh why? Looking at Lin Rei's puzzled look, Gu Si smiled slightly. Then, she came to Lin Rei's side and said to Lin Rei in an old-fashioned voice. Maybe you don't know. You've just advanced and might not know the cultivation levels of the realm of the gods. As she said this, Gu Si slowly explained the cultivation levels of the realm of the gods. After the realm of the gods, there's the divine weapon realm, divine guard realm, divine general realm, divine king realm, divine emperor realm, divine ancestor realm, divine lord realm, divine emperor realm, and then the ruler of the realm of the gods, the reverend realm. However, I don't need to tell you about the realms after that because it's still too early. Hearing Gu Si's words, Lin Rei nodded slightly. He already knew what Gu Si had said just now, so he wasn't interested in it at all. However, after advancing to the realm of the gods will comprehend a technique in the sect called the realm of gods. When Gu Si's words were heard again, it instantly aroused Lin Rei's curiosity. The realm of gods was a name that Lin Rei was unfamiliar with. He had never heard anything about it from the little dragon. Immediately, Lin Rei couldn't stay silent any longer. He asked Gu Si with a tone full of curiosity, Quickly tell me about the realm of gods. Seeing Lin Rei's interest, Gu Si hurriedly explained to Lin Rei. The realm of gods is something that only realm of the gods can comprehend. However, this comprehension is controlled by all the sects. Of course, there are a few methods that don't require the sects. Speaking up to this point, Gu Si let out a sigh of relief. In the end, she didn't expect Lin Rei to impatiently urge her. Don't listen, what other methods are there? At this moment, Lin Rei's appearance was very cute. Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, Gu Si didn't keep Lin Rei in suspense. She immediately told him the rest of the methods in one breath. Either you are a super powerful genius who can comprehend it on your own, or you have the help of an expert. If you are neither of these, then you must enter a sect, because only a sect can allow you to comprehend it, and there is no danger at all. At this moment, Lin Rei was silent. Hearing Gu Si's words, Lin Rei sighed in his heart. At the same time, his heart was filled with longing for the realm of gods. Boom! Just as Lin Rei was fantasizing, his body suddenly sank. His body immediately fell to the ground uncontrollably. His back felt as if it was pressed down by a mountain. He wanted to move, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't move an inch. He raised his head and looked at Gu Si. His eyes were filled with shock. He didn't know how Gu Si did it. Moreover, Gu Si's face was relaxed, as if there was no pressure at all. How is it? Do you feel it? This is the suppression of the realm of gods, the realm of gravity. Gu Si's voice sounded. In an instant, Lin Rei was stunned. Realm of gravity. Realm. Slowly, the two words realm of gravity appeared in Lin Rei's mind. It was as if it was engraved and couldn't be removed. It was like a curse that surrounded Lin Rei's consciousness and the depths of his mind. Yes, it's very strong. Hearing Gu Si's question, Lin Rei blurted out without hesitation. Regarding this, he was very glad that the person before didn't use the realm of gods. Otherwise, it might really be him at this moment. Looking at Lin Rei's dazed appearance, Gu Si immediately withdrew her realm of gravity. Immediately, Lin Rei's body, which was lying on the ground, became light. His flushed face returned to normal. Get up. This can't be helped. If you want to explain the realm of gods, I don't have the ability, so just now. I'm sorry. It's fine. You don't have to apologize. On the contrary, I have to thank you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known that a realm of gods could comprehend this kind of thing. Speaking until here, Lin Rei couldn't help but recall the scene of being suppressed by the realm of gravity. For a moment, the shock in his heart couldn't dissipate. But you don't have to worry. The realm of gods isn't something that anyone can comprehend. If you want to comprehend the realm of gods, first of all you have to have a very good body. Second, you have to have talent and the purity of your divine chi. Therefore, those who can cultivate the realm of gods are very rare in the realm of gods. Other than the disciples of the sects or the geniuses groomed by the sects, ordinary people simply don't have it. Yes, I understand. Hearing Gu Si's reminder, Lin Rei nodded knowingly. Then, as if he had thought of something, he flipped his hands and the heavenly pendant appeared in his hands. Senior brother, this little brother is new here and doesn't know much. If it weren't for senior brother's reminder, this little brother wouldn't have known so many things. This is a small token of my appreciation. Please accept it. While Lin Rei was speaking, Xueqi was already in a daze. A pair of fiery eyes were looking at the realm of gods in his hands. However, what made Lin Rei admire Xueqi was that although Xueqi's eyes were filled with passion, there was no greed. Because of this, Lin Rei's impression of Xueqi was even better. This isn't good. Looking at the realm of gods in front of him, Xueqi's heart was faintly moved. However, he really didn't know how to accept such a precious item. Hehe. Looking at Xueqi's appearance, Lin Rei smiled and said casually, "Senior brother, don't worry. I have plenty of these things. Don't worry and use them." Looking at such a cute senior brother, Lin Rei was in a good mood. Although the night wind was very cool, Lin Rei didn't feel cold at all. Instead, he felt warm in his heart. After that, under Linley's repeated attempts to dissuade her, Xueqi finally accepted Linley's gift. "Thank you, junior apprentice brother. However, I still want to say that although this is the deity realm, divine artifacts aren't everywhere. As the saying goes, don't flaunt your wealth. In the future, you must think thrice before you act, and act according to your abilities." Chapter 484. After Xueqi finished her warning, she turned around and walked into his room without looking back. Lin Rei, who was listening, smiled after hearing Xueqi's warning and didn't say anything. Lin Rei understood Xueqi's words clearly, but at this moment, he didn't have the mood to think about it. After knowing about the realm of gods, Lin Rei couldn't help but recall the scene when he was suppressed by Xueqi. Realm of gods. Just you wait. I will definitely cultivate it. Realm of gods. I'm really looking forward to it. With a mysterious smile, Lin Rei looked around. Then, he waved his hand and set up a formation around him. After wrapping himself up, he fell asleep. Who could it be? He just reached the realm of the gods and someone already made a move. Could it be that those people know about Lin Rei's identity? Not long after Lin Rei fell asleep, the little dragon quietly came to Lin Rei's side. Looking at the sleeping Lin Rei, the little dragon frowned. Although others thought that it was just an ordinary battle, the little dragon felt that it wasn't so simple. Sigh. Forget it, let's leave it to fate. Let's take it one step at a time. Anyway, I can only become stronger if there is a battle. Thinking of this, the little dragon looked at Lin Rei with a very treacherous expression. Then, it smiled and disappeared into the system. Just like that, the night quietly slipped away. That night, Linley slept very comfortably, and the surrounding formations didn't seem to have been damaged at all. Early in the morning, Linley slowly opened his eyes. Raising his head, he stared at the towering ancient tree. He was in a very good mood, especially after yesterday's battle. After obtaining that storage ring, Linley wished he could do it again. After regaining his senses, Lin Rei stood up and put away the formation around him. Looking around, he saw that Xueqi was still doing the same work as yesterday. She was still checking the spiritual root talent for people who were about to reach the realm of the gods. Seeing this, Lin Rei felt helpless. Sigh, how much longer will it take? Lin Rei grumbled as he nodded at Xueqi and left, heading in a direction with no one around. Before he left, Xueqi kept reminding him to be careful, but Lin Rei just laughed it off. As for Lin Rei, there wasn't a single person in the starting ground who didn't know him. After yesterday's battle, everyone knew of Lin Rei's existence. With a single sentence, Lin Rei glanced at the thick ancient trees one by one. Looking at this wonderland on Earth, Lin Rei couldn't help but sigh. I wonder how Lu Ying is doing. It's time for him to wake up. Finally, after walking quite a distance, Linley came to a halt beneath an ancient tree. He scanned the area with his eyes. Seeing that there was no one else around, he casually set up an emperor-level formation, then instantly released everyone from his system. I said, "You, look at this." Suddenly, Lin Rei was speechless. What's going on? I thought they would be bored, but I didn't expect them to be chatting happily in the system. However, at this moment, everyone felt the change in the spiritual energy around them. They lifted their heads and saw Lin Rei looking at them with hidden bitterness. Wow, Shatian exclaimed. When he saw the situation around him and the ancient tree behind Lin Rei, he instantly became excited. Hey Lin Rei, is this the realm of the gods? The spiritual energy here is so dense, and the tree behind you is so big. Shaishan's skinny figure walked behind him. When Lin Rei saw this, he frowned and wanted to turn around to say something. However, he saw Shaishan's strange action. Lin Rei suddenly laughed. Not only Lin Rei, but everyone around him also laughed. Ha 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 ha, fortunately, there was a formation in the surroundings. Otherwise, his laughter would have attracted Xueqi and the rest who were not far away. At this moment, Xietian was hugging a magical tree and gnawing on it as though he wanted to eat the ancient tree that even 7 to 8 people couldn't hold together. Hey, are you stupid? You can't eat this. Seeing Shaishan's silly look, Lin Rei quickly stepped forward to stop him. However, Lin Rei gave up when he saw Shaishan's persevering look. Anyway, he didn't lose anything. Turning around, Lin Rei looked at them and said with a heavy expression, "Hold on for a few more days. After I enter the sect and you guys break through to the divine realm, the realm of the gods will be yours to roam." Yes, we understand. After hearing Lin Rei's words, everyone revealed excited smiles and said casually, "We will definitely break through to the immortal venerable realm and enter the realm of the gods as soon as possible. We will definitely not disappoint sect masters' expectations." Seeing how all of them were working so hard, Lin Li felt very gratified. Alright, you guys can go in and cultivate." After he finished speaking, Lin Rei waved his hand and everyone was thrown into the system. However, the male emperor, Lu Ying, and Xietian were left behind by Lin Rei. The male emperor, who didn't know what was going on, slowly asked, "Brother Lei, is there something you want me to do?" After hearing the male emperor's words, Lu Ying and Xietian, who was gnawing on the ancient tree, all looked at Lin Rei. They also wanted to know. Seeing everyone's reaction, Lin Rei smiled and said casually, Nothing. I just want to talk to you guys." After saying that, Lin Li sat down on the ground. With a thought, the corpse of a Yao beast weighing at least 500 kilograms was brought out from his storage ring. This was something that Lin Li had killed in the immortal plane. He then placed it inside his storage ring. The storage ring was a place to store things. Inside the ring, time stopped. Therefore, even if it was 100 years, 1,000 years, or even 10,000 years, as long as the ring was still there, those things would be as fresh as if they were just killed. Ah, meat. A cry of surprise could be heard. A short black shadow instantly slid past his clothes and landed on top of the corpse of the demonic beast. Seeing this, a happy smile appeared on Lin Li's face. Hee, Xietian, stop fooling around. This is raw. Come down quickly. I'll roast it for you. Xietian, who didn't want to let go, reluctantly left the corpse of the demonic beast after hearing Lin Rei's words. He came to Lin Rei's side and stared at him as if he was afraid that Lin Rei would swallow the demonic beast. Xietian was helpless against this action. However, there was nothing he could do. After all, he was still a child. Boom! The illusory spirit blood fire was instantly used. Immediately, the temperature of the surroundings rose. Fortunately, they were all immortal venerables and immortal emperors. Other than Xietian, they could withstand the heat. As for Xietian, he was able to withstand the scorching heat. His mind was slowly fading away, but for the sake of roasting the meat, he continued to eat. Lin Rei couldn't help but admire Shaishan's spirit of eating meat. As time passed, Lin Rei added all the seasonings into the meat. After a round of roasting by Lin Rei, a fragrant aroma wafted out. Wah, I can't take it anymore. I want to eat. Xietian screamed as if he had gone mad. Lin Rei had no choice but to increase the heat. After a few breaths, the meat was roasted by Lin Rei and placed on the table. Let's make this clear first. You can't have it all to yourself. In order for them to be able to eat the meat, the moment Lin Li finished speaking to Xietian, he pointed out with his sword. Sword Qi instantly sliced through the middle of the demonic beast, splitting it into 2 portions. Seeing this, Xietian couldn't take it anymore. However, he couldn't win against Lin Rei. In the end, he could only give in. I want the big piece. All right. Looking at Shaishan's sullen expression, Lin Rei quickly nodded in agreement. However, he was still laughing in his heart. With a swish, Xietian quickly grabbed the barbecued meat and dodged to the side. Seeing this, Lin Li was filled with helplessness. Come, let's eat. As he spoke, Linley picked out a piece of meat that was relatively softer and brought it to Lu Ying's side. He placed the meat in front of her. Eat. Did you sleep well these past few days? At this moment, the male disciple saw Lin Rei's expression and tactfully left with the meat. He walked to Xueqi's side and squatted down to eat the big bones. It's okay. Lu Ying's face was flushed red when he saw the male disciple's actions. He knew what he meant and replied to Lin Rei. Hurry up and eat. I can't stay here for too long. Otherwise, the divine sect will see through us. Especially after experiencing the sky fall with Lin Rei, Xueqi liked Lin Rei even more. When she heard Lin Rei's question, Xueqi answered without hesitation. Oh! After hearing that they could go to the divine sect, Lin Rei's face was full of smiles. At this moment, he couldn't wait to go to the divine sect immediately. After 1,000 years, he'd be free. All right, junior brothers, follow me. I'll bring you guys back to the sect. As she spoke, Xueqi waved at Linley and flew towards the north. When Linley saw Xueqi waving at him, he flew to Xueqi's side and followed her. Junior brother Lin, you just came to the God Realm, so you don't know the structure of the God Realm. Since there's still a long time before we return to the sect, Lin Tian, I'll tell you about the structure of the God Realm and its powers. Hearing Xueqi's words, Lin Rei perked up and seriously stopped. He really wanted to know about the structure and powers of the God Realm. The God Realm is also known as the 9 Prefectures' Divine Land. What, the 9 Prefectures? After hearing the name, Lin Rei couldn't help but reveal a strange expression. If it was the 9 Prefectures, he actually knew of a place called the 9 Prefectures. However, that 9 prefectures couldn't be compared to the current 9 prefectures. Yes, the 9 prefectures are divided into the 4 prefectures. The eastern prefectures are divided into Pai Prefecture and Zhu Prefecture. The western prefectures are divided into Tianzhou and Han Prefecture. The southern prefectures are divided into Dan Prefecture and Ling Prefecture. The northern prefectures are divided into Wu Prefecture and Ding Prefecture. Hearing Xueqi's description of the 9 prefectures, Lin Rei was immediately puzzled. The original 9 prefectures had now become 8 prefectures. Immediately, Lin Rei asked doubtfully, Senior brother, according to your description of the 9 prefectures, this is only 1 prefecture. What about the other one? After hearing Lin Rei's question, Xueqi's expression couldn't help but change, as if this matter was very terrifying. Speaking of this, Xueqi lowered her voice and whispered in Lin Rei's ear. Alas, you'll know it sooner or later anyway. In addition to the 8 prefectures I just told you about, there's another prefecture. However, that place is very terrifying. Normally, only divine cultivators who have reached the divine general realm dare to go there. Moreover, there's no one in charge of that place. It's a place that no one dares to ask about. It's so mysterious. Hearing Xueqi's description of the 9th prefecture, it seemed that there was some kind of man-eating monster that made him so terrified. Moreover, it seemed that he had been there before. Senior brother, have you been there before? Hearing this, Xueqi frowned and her face turned extremely pale. It was terrifying. Lin Rei really didn't expect that a simple question would cause such a big reaction from Xueqi. Therefore, Lin Rei became very interested in the mysterious 9th prefecture. Moreover, at this moment, Lin Rei secretly swore in his heart that he would definitely enter the 9th prefecture to take a look if he had the chance in the future. At this moment, Xueqi seemed to have guessed something after seeing Lin Rei's eyes shining. She then advised, Junior brother, I advise you to give up on that thought. I know it's very dangerous inside and there are many places. I'm not afraid to say that. Although it's the 9th prefecture, according to the fabrications of a previous ultimate god, the area of the 9th prefecture is not at all comparable to the 8 prefectures. It might even be larger than the 8 prefectures. Hiss! At this moment, the thousands of cultivators behind Xueqi who had been selected to join the sect immediately sucked in a breath of cold air. They secretly swore in their hearts that they would never go to the 9th prefecture in the future. However, Lin Rei was different. The more he listened to Xueqi, the more excited Lin Rei became. The more Lin Rei listened to Xueqi, the stronger his desire to enter the 9th prefecture. Alright, let's not talk about this topic. Let's talk about our divine sect and the other major forces. This way, We can immediately recognize the disciples of other sects when we go out in the future. At this moment, seeing everyone's frightened expressions, Xueqi's heart sank. She quickly organized her words and changed the topic. I believe that person from the Enigma Palace has already said that although the Divine Realm is divided into 9 prefectures, only 8 prefectures are controlled by the people of the Divine Realm. Our Divine Sect is the ruler of one of the prefectures. At this point, Xueqi's face couldn't help but reveal a calm expression as if that prefecture was under her control. Then Xueqi continued, the forces of the Divine Realm are divided into 2 sects, 3 factions, 2 palaces, and 1 empire. The 2 sects are the Divine Sect, which is our sect. Our sect has been established for more than 1,000,000 years and countless experts have appeared in our sect. During this period of time, some old ancestors have broken through the Divine Ancestor realm and advanced to the realm below the Hierarch realm. At this moment, the people flying at the back couldn't help but fly towards Lin Rei's direction in order to hear Xueqi's introduction of the Divine Realm. Our Divine Sect is located in the Eastern Pai Prefecture's myriad mountains. There are countless disciples in our sect. When you reach the sect, there will be a specialized disciple to introduce you. At this moment, Xueqi's expression softened a lot. She no longer looked as bloodless as before. The other sect is the Xueqi sect. As soon as she said that, Lin Rei instantly frowned and released an invisible murderous aura that swept across the surroundings. Everyone who sensed Lin Rei's murderous aura immediately became alert. They knew about his past. How could they not be afraid when such a dangerous person suddenly released his murderous aura? What's wrong? At this moment, Xueqi was very confused. He didn't understand why Lin Rei would suddenly release such a terrifying murderous aura. Although he didn't know what was going on, Xueqi could roughly guess it. Xueqi sect. Haha, I didn't expect to have one in the Divine Realm. Looks like I'll have to make a trip there in the future. Hiss. As soon as these words came out, everyone's eyes widened, as though they had seen a ghost. Their eyes were filled with shock as they stared at Linli. Clearly, they were all stunned by Linli's words. Of course, this included Xueqi. Although she had guessed it, she couldn't help but be shocked when she heard it. As the saying goes, the walls have ears. Although everyone here is a disciple who is about to go to the sect, it's inevitable that there will be some who forget righteousness in the face of profit and are immoral people. Thus, before everyone could react, Xueqi transmitted her voice to Linli. All right, let's end this matter here. Although I don't know what grudges you have with the Xueqi sect, don't make it so obvious in the future. The people here aren't all friends. There are some who are enemies as well. Someone has already exposed your secret. Let me ask you, with your current achievements, how can you fight against such a powerful existence? Xueqi's words made sense. This wasn't the Divine Realm. As long as he waved his hand, there would be experts who would fight him. This was the Divine Realm that he wasn't familiar with. Furthermore, the Xueqi sect had existed here for God knows how many years. They were deeply rooted in this place. After hearing Xueqi's advice, Lin Rei regained his senses. The hatred for the Xueqi sect for killing his wife and son was buried deep in his heart. Not long after Xueqi's words, the murderous aura disappeared. At this moment, the thousands of people behind him felt their bodies lighten. The temperature around them, which had dropped to the lowest point, rose again. Chapter 486. Phew! After returning to normal, Linli let out a breath of turbid air, and then fell silent. He just continued to fly quietly by Xueqi's side. All right, everything is fine now. Seeing that Linli had calmed down, Xueqi hurriedly drew everyone's attention away from him. Of the 2 sects, apart from our celestial sect, the other is the Xueqi sect. Xueqi couldn't help but glance at Lin Rei. After realizing that he wasn't as out of control as before, she continued. The Xueqi sect has a long history. No one knows when it was established, at least I don't. However, the Xueqi sect has branches in every world, such as the celestial world. After a long while, Xueqi continued, the Xueqi sect is stationed in Wuzhou in the south. Therefore, under normal circumstances, you won't encounter them unless there's a promised gathering. Then, Xueqi listed the top sects one by one. For example, the upper 3 gates. The Heavenly Gate was stationed in Zhuzhou, the Earth Gate was stationed in Tianzhou, and the Human Gate was stationed in Hun Province. Among the 2 palaces, The Enigma Palace was stationed in Lingzhou, the Heavenly Spring Palace was stationed in Danzhou, and the only empire, the Yuandao Empire, was stationed in Dingzhou. These sects are the top sects in the celestial world. However, the forces in the celestial world are much more complicated than what I've described. When we return to the sect, there will be a strange record of the celestial world. You will know then. After saying that, Xueqi fell silent, but her flying speed did indeed increase. Before anyone could react, Xueqi had already become a small black dot in their eyes. Ha! Lin Rei, who had been flying at a normal speed, chuckled and suddenly increased his speed. Roar! Instantly, in the blink of an eye, 3 azure dragons appeared beneath Linley's feet. And then, their speed increased, and they quickly left the rest of the group in the dust. Ugh, what's going on? This situation made everyone unable to understand, but this matter had happened too suddenly, so they didn't have time to think carefully. In an instant, everyone increased their speed and quickly chased after Xueqi and Lin Rei. Time passed bit by bit. In the blink of an eye, 1 month had passed. However, during this time, everyone knew that there was a test to join a sect. This test tested one's ability. In this month, Xueqi had thought of all sorts of methods. Other than a few people who couldn't keep up and were eliminated, everyone else had successfully joined the divine sect. It was a torturous month for everyone. Apart from flying during the day, they had to be on guard at night. Some people didn't even dare to sleep in the middle of the night, afraid that they would be eliminated. For a month, everyone ate and slept in the open. Finally, after a month, they arrived at the location of the divine sect in the Eastern Pai province. All right, your bitter days are over. At this moment, Xueqi, who was flying in front, stopped and turned around. She said to everyone with a smile on her face. Her appearance was very warm, but in the eyes of everyone, it was very cold. They had truly realized how terrifying Xueqi was in this month. Realizing that no one was speaking, and that they were all on guard, Xueqi felt very awkward. Heh, open. Seeing everyone's disbelieving eyes, Xueqi didn't explain to anyone, but used facts to prove that her words were correct. In an instant, Xueqi took out a white jade tablet and flew forward. Bang! Suddenly, a loud sound rang out. The jade tablet that flew out stopped not far away, and a trace of suspicious energy rushed out. As soon as he arrived, Linley's eyes narrowed slightly. Instantly, the tension in his forehead relaxed. He knew exactly what was going on. Haha, a barrier. That's right. This was the divine sect's barrier. Only those who had a disciple's token could open it. If anyone dared to barge in, they would trigger the barrier. As for the consequences, there was no need to think about it. In the end, they would definitely die. Haha, that's right. This is my divine sect's barrier formation, the Great Heavenly Cycle formation, a saint-level formation. Damn, saint-level. Hearing Xueqi's words, Lin Rei's eyebrows twitched. Saint-level was an existence that was several levels higher than him. In the immortal world, it was at most a master-level existence. However, he actually saw a saint level at this moment. How is it? Are you very surprised? Looking at Lin Rei's expression, Xueqi smiled and said, Actually, you don't have to be like this. Although it's a saint-level formation, it was created by the first sect master when the divine sect was founded. Until now, there hasn't been a saint-level formation master in the divine world. Linley hadn't thought of this, but it was normal. In this realm, the practice of formations was different from that of cultivation. As long as one reached a certain level and absorbed enough spiritual energy, one would gain vitality. For formation masters, they needed time to settle down, experience, and luck. Only then would they be able to break through to a certain level. Okay, got it. After understanding, Lin Rei went silent. However, his gaze was still fixed on the jade tablet in front of him. He wanted to see how powerful this formation was. Rumble. Rumble. Suddenly there was a loud sound. At the jade tablet, a door suddenly appeared and opened. Damn, it's true. We're really here. At this moment, a cultivator behind Xueqi shouted excitedly after seeing this scene. TSK. Isn't it obvious? Are you stupid? Everyone saw what the man said. However, now that he was chased out by the man, everyone looked at him as if he was an idiot. Okay. Looking at the pairs of eyes around him, the man lowered his head and went silent. Gotcha. 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 the sound of the door opening was heard. Instantly, everyone's gaze was attracted. Seeing the door open bit by bit, everyone felt as if their hearts were being squeezed by someone. Their breathing quickened. Whoosh! The current leader, Xueqi, immediately moved the instant she saw the door open. She charged to the edge of the door at an extremely fast speed, then turned around and roared at Linley and the others with her cultivation base at full force. Congratulations, junior brothers, for successfully joining the divine sect. Silence, a deathly silence. At this moment, no one spoke. However, everyone had smiles on their faces and their eyes were moist. Not long after, angry roars came out from the mouths of thousands of people. Some were venting, some were excited, some were emotional. All kinds of emotions were vented out at this moment. Time passed bit by bit. Xueqi didn't stop them as she watched them vent. However, of all the people who were venting, Linley was the only one who slowly walked over to Xueqi's side. Okay, stop yelling. Hurry up and enter. Otherwise, when the divine sect closes, you will be eliminated. Suddenly, an extremely discordant voice sounded. The voice was filled with disdain. The moment the voice sounded, the people who were yelling immediately stopped what they were doing. Their gazes shifted to the person who spoke. They saw a man in red clothes standing behind Xueqi with a cold expression. He looked like an elder. Greetings, Deacon. Hearing this voice, Xueqi quickly turned around. When she saw the man's voice, she quickly bowed to the man. Her tone was filled with respect. Yes, Xueqi. If this happens again in the future, there is no need for me to say anything. Go to the law enforcement hall and receive your punishment. Do you hear me? Yes. Yes, disciple understands. Hearing the man in red's words, Xueqi's forehead was covered in cold sweat. She quickly agreed. Seeing that Xueqi had agreed, the man in red silently disappeared from everyone's sight. How could this be? Why did he disappear without any spiritual energy around him? At this moment, Lin Rei, who was next to the man in red, was shocked and puzzled when he saw the man in red disappear. He also knew how to teleport, but it was impossible for him to do what the man in red did. All right, don't let your imagination run wild. Let's hurry up. I reckon that the sect leader knows about what happened here. Let's hurry up and report. At this moment, Xueqi, who was next to Lin Rei, saw that he was deep in thought and quickly interrupted him. She then turned to the crowd and said, All right, let's go. Welcome to the entrance test. As long as you perform outstandingly in the test, the sect leader, elder, deacon, and protector will have the opportunity to be accepted as disciples. With that, Xueqi did not have the chance to talk to the crowd. She then led Lin Rei into the door. At this moment, the thousands of disciples in the distance saw this scene and quickly reacted. They instantly rushed into the door. Senior! At this moment, Lin Rei, who had just entered the door, called out to Xueqi with hesitation. Yes, what's the matter? Xueqi, who was excitedly walking forward, suddenly heard Lin Rei's call. She stopped in her tracks, turned around, and asked in confusion. Looking at Lin Rei's troubled expression, Xueqi laughed and casually said, If there's anything, just say it. As long as I can do it, I won't refuse. I don't want to participate in the sect's entrance test. Boom, gotcha. Lin Rei's words were like a sudden clap of thunder that struck Xueqi's body. She was completely dumbfounded and stood rooted to the ground. Her eyes were filled with disbelief. At this moment, Lin Rei's words were like a curse that lingered in Xueqi's mind. She could not get rid of them. I don't want to participate in the entrance test. Looking at Xueqi's expression, Lin Rei said calmly. He knew that this matter was unbelievable to Xueqi, but this was his choice. Why? At this moment, Xueqi regained her senses and looked at Lin Rei in disbelief. She did not expect Lin Rei to have such a thought. Furthermore, she could not understand it. Logically speaking, joining a powerful sect was the dream of every cultivator. Being chosen as a disciple by an expert was the most desirable thing for a cultivator who had ascended to the realm of the gods. However, at this moment, Lin Rei was doing the exact opposite. Chapter 487. Looking at Xueqi's appearance, for a moment, Linley's heart was filled with guilt. No reason, I just don't want to. He had no choice. He didn't want others to notice. Furthermore, taking someone as his master was a huge matter. Furthermore, he didn't feel that there was anyone in the divine sect who was qualified to be his master. You. Looking at Lin Rei's resolute reply, Xueqi didn't know what else to say. Although he was unwilling, he had no choice. I know you're doing this for my own good, but I really don't want to participate. Furthermore, didn't I already tell you during the test at the starting ground? I want to join the miscellaneous disciple. What, you're serious? Hearing Lin Rei's words, Xueqi exclaimed. He had heard of it before, but he thought that Lin Rei was just saying it. He didn't expect him to be serious. Yes, I'm serious. I want to join the miscellaneous disciple. Senior brother, please make an exception. As he spoke, Lin Rei looked at Xueqi with a pleading gaze. Suddenly, Xueqi was in a dilemma and didn't know what to do. He knew of Lin Rei's strength. Furthermore, he didn't believe that Lin Rei didn't have any talent. Just based on what happened at the starting ground, he felt that Lin Rei wasn't simple. However, looking at Lin Rei's pleading expression, Xueqi was in a dilemma. After pondering for a long time, he finally decided to respect Lin Rei's choice. After all, this was Lin Rei's choice. All right, I got it. Come with me. As he spoke, Xueqi turned around and said to the crowd, wait here for a moment. I'll be back soon. As he spoke, he led Lin Rei to a mountain in the east without looking back. Along the way, Lin Rei was shocked. The divine sect was extremely huge. Using his own Xuanzong sect as a comparison, it was at most 2/3 the size of this place. Moreover, along the way, the scenery in the divine sect had already deeply shocked Lin Rei. Especially the spiritual energy here, it was more than 10 times stronger than the outside world. Moreover, the spiritual herbs that could be seen everywhere in the divine sect were precious in the immortal world. However, here, they were just grass by the roadside. Lin Rei was deeply shocked. Soon, he followed Xueqi to a farmhouse in the mountains. Looking at the surrounding phantom, it wasn't bad. Second brother Huang. Second brother Huang. Xueqi's voice sounded. After a while, an extremely wretched man walked out and roared angrily, who is it? You don't want to work anymore, do you? Second brother Huang, it's also you. Second master Huang, who was roaring angrily, froze on the spot the moment he raised his head and saw Xueqi. His expression froze, especially when he saw the hairy mole on the left side of his face. It was extremely disgusting. This, second brother Huang wanted to explain, but before he could say anything, Xueqi's voice sounded again. His tone was neither sad nor happy, making it difficult for second brother Huang to understand. All right, I'm here to hand this person over to you. As he spoke, Xueqi pushed Lin Rei in front of him. Oh. Hearing Xueqi's words, second brother Huang raised his eyebrows. Obviously, he didn't expect this. From now on, this brother of mine will be in your storeroom. Remember to treat him well. If you neglect him, be careful that I don't remove your position and kick you out of the divine sect. Although he knew that Lin Rei's strength was strong, as the saying goes, a strong dragon can't suppress a snake in its old haunts. Special care was still necessary. However, what Xueqi didn't know was that his words had caused unnecessary trouble for Lin Rei. He also didn't expect that his words would be misinterpreted by second brother Huang. Yes. We will naturally take care of the person you brought. Don't worry. As he spoke, second brother Huang came to Lin Rei's side in one step and put one hand on Lin Rei's shoulder, as if they were very familiar with each other. All right, since it's like this. As he spoke, Xueqi looked at Lin Rei. His heart was still filled with compassion as he said, you can stay here for now. If you've made up your mind, come find me at any time. With a schwab sound, Xueqi didn't wait for Lin Rei to speak and released his cultivation. With the fastest speed, he disappeared in front of Lin Rei and second brother Huang. Watching Xueqi leave, Lin Li slowly let out a sigh of relief, and his body relaxed. Hee brat, you're not bad. At this moment, second brother Huang's voice rang out from beside him. Instantly, Lin Li felt a chill in his heart. After sensing the hand on his shoulder, Lin Li subconsciously moved to the side, and without anyone noticing, he pulled away from second brother Huang's arm. In the future, please Huang. Lin Rei, who wanted to say something, didn't know what to say. I'm the manager here. In the future, just call me Manager Huang. Second brother Huang, who understood Lin Rei's meaning, quickly said, since we're free right now, I'll tell you the rules of the storage room. Hearing this, Lin Rei listened seriously. Soon after, second brother Huang stopped Lin Rei and said in a slightly disgusted voice, although us storage disciples are also disciples of the divine sect, we are indeed at the lowest level. The hard work of everyone in the sect is actually done by us. Our normal tasks are to gather herbs and other trivial matters. Normally, we don't have anything to do. Speaking to this point, Lin Rei, who had been paying attention to second brother Huang, inadvertently discovered a trace of coldness in his eyes. Although it was only a flash, Lin Rei still noticed it. What's going on? I don't think I've offended him. Lin Rei, who didn't know what was going on, was very confused. Today was the first time he had met second brother Huang, so there shouldn't be any hatred between them. Since he couldn't figure it out, Lin Rei didn't think about it anymore. Also, us miscellaneous disciples can go to the elixir room to receive a qi gathering pill every month to provide for our cultivation. Although we are at the lowest level, we still need to cultivate. After all, when we gather herbs, we will encounter some demon beasts and some precipitous cliffs. Therefore, the sect will distribute pills and cultivation methods. As for how you cultivate, no one cares. As he spoke, second brother Huang brought Lin Rei to the valley outside the farmhouse. The road was full of potholes and was very difficult to walk on. Lin Rei didn't have any suspicions and followed second brother Huang all the way until they reached a straw hut built against the mountain wall. Only then did Lin Rei realize that something was wrong. Okay, I'll have a disciple bring you the other rules of the sect later. From now on, you can live here. Second brother Huang was ready to leave, but just as he turned around, second brother Huang seemed to have thought of something and turned around again. He said with a sinister smile, your task is to pick 10 gene of heavenly spirit fruit every day. If you can't do it, you won't have any food to eat. You won't even have a month's worth of qi gathering pills. What? Listening to second brother Huang's words, Lin Rei suddenly became angry. Although he didn't compromise on these things, he couldn't be bullied like this. Although he didn't know why this old man bullied him, Lin Rei knew that he was definitely doing it on purpose. What? If I tell you to do it, then do it. If you don't do it, then I'll go to the law enforcement hall and let the law enforcement hall's senior brother come and reason with you. As soon as these words came out, Lin Rei's anger was suppressed. Although he wasn't afraid of anyone, at this moment, he was living under someone else's wing. He had no choice but to do this. Moreover, his strength was still at the lowest level. After thinking about it, Lin Rei could only silently accept it. Humph. With a cold snort, Lin Rei turned around and walked towards the straw hut that could be blown away by a gust of wind at any time. Although he was extremely unwilling, for the sake of the mission and his own life, he could only endure it. You want to fight with me? Don't you know who I am? Second brother Huang said viciously to the straw hut as he watched Lin Rei enter. Then, he turned around and left. As he left, his eyes were filled with disgust towards this place. It was as if he didn't want to stay here for even a moment longer. At this moment, Lin Rei, who had entered the straw hut, saw that there was no bed, no table and nothing in the room. For a moment, his anger burned and the urge to kill instantly surged into his heart. Ha ha! Suddenly a loud laugh sounded. Immediately, Lin Rei looked towards the source of the sound with furious eyes. He saw that the little dragon was sitting cross-legged in the air and looking at him with a smile. After spitting out a word, he didn't say anything else. Other than anger, there was only anger. Ever since he started cultivating, other than being hunted down, he had never been belittled like this. All right, don't be angry. It can't be helped. Who told you to agree to the system's mission? Even if it's a trap, you've already jumped into it. The little dragon's words sounded again. The little dragon successfully added fuel to the fire. The moment the little dragon finished speaking, its eyes were bloodshot and it looked extremely terrifying. Humph, just wait. It's only 1,000 years. This sovereign doesn't care. As he spoke, Lin Rei's body instantly moved and rushed out of the straw hut. He arrived at a mountain wall. After pondering for a while, The primal chaos dragon spear rushed out of his body and pierced the mountain wall in front of him. Boom! Boom boom! The sound continued to ring out, and the formerly smooth stone wall began to take the shape of a cave. With the passage of time, the sound continued to ring out, and an enormous cave appeared in front of Linley's eyes. Heh, you think you can trick this sovereign like this? As he spoke in disdain, Lin Rei walked into the cave. At this moment, there were a few inner caves in the cave and the space inside was extremely huge. Looking at the cave, Lin Rei didn't even think and directly released Lu Ying, the male brother, Shatian, himself, and Lin Rei from the system. This place is? At this moment, everyone who was already out of the system looked at the cave in front of them in confusion. Alright, no need to guess. This is Divine Sect and this is where you'll be cultivating in the future. As he spoke, Linley pointed at the cave behind them. Instantly, everyone looked in the direction of Linley's finger, only to see several pitch-black caves appear in front of their eyes. The moment they saw the caves, everyone's eyes were calm. They didn't feel disdain because of the environment here. Chapter 488. Alright, all of you go. Don't come out for the next few years. After all, this isn't our Xuanzong sect. Furthermore, we're not strong enough to threaten anyone. As he spoke, Lin Rei waved his hand and a few rays of light shot out of the cave and circled around the mountain peak that Lin Rei was on. They spun faster and faster until all that was left was a ray of light. Heaven and Earth Mystic Technique, Black Tortoise, Heaven and Earth Lock. Elated, Lin Rei's hands quickly formed seals as he chanted the incantation. Bang! With a loud bang, the several rays of light that were revolving around the mountain instantly stopped in the air according to the 4 directions. At this moment, a huge array appeared and sealed the entire mountain in the middle of the array. As soon as the formation appeared, the auras of Linley and the others vanished without a trace. The cave on the stone wall vanished as well, returning to its previous undamaged state. It was as if nothing had happened at all. Phew. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was in the cave, was deathly pale. After seeing the array complete, he slowly exhaled. Lei Ji Yub. Lu Ying, who had been standing next to Linley, hurriedly helped Linley to a place where he could sit down after seeing his husband's state. His heart ached as he let Linley sit down. I'm fine. I just didn't know the array and used up too much of my mental energy. Seeing how worried his wife was, Lin Rei quickly suppressed his exhaustion and forced himself to be alert as he comforted Lu Ying. As he spoke, Lin Rei held Lu Ying's hand and didn't let go for even a second. Alright, this place is sealed by the array. Unless it's someone who's at the level of a supreme god, even a supreme god can forget about exploring this place. Plop. Just as Lin Rei finished speaking, everyone instantly knelt down and thanked him with eyes full of gratitude. For a moment, Lin Rei felt embarrassed. Thank you, sect leader, for your consideration. We'll definitely cultivate harder in the future and definitely won't disgrace the sect's name or your reputation. With that, Lin Rei's heart warmed. He suppressed his exhaustion and hurriedly stood up. He walked over to everyone and bent down to help them stand up. Hurry up and get up. This is what I should do as the sect leader and as brothers. Although you're all disciples of the Xuanzong sect, you're also my brothers. Furthermore, the Xuanzong sect was preserved by you guys. Your contributions cannot go unnoticed. Speaking of this, Linley couldn't help but feel ashamed. Back then in the immortal plane, many of his disciples had died in that battle. Linley was truly saddened by this. He hadn't been able to fulfill the promise he had made to them. Sect leader. Hearing Lin Rei's words, everyone's eyes became moist. They didn't stop Lin Rei from helping them up. Hee, that's enough. Don't say anything else. Don't worry and focus on your cultivation. You guys will be the cornerstone of this Lord's rise in the divine world in the future. Increasing your cultivation will be the greatest reward for this Lord. As he spoke, the thoughts hidden in his heart resurfaced once more. Linley had already decided that once he was strong enough, he would definitely make a trip to the 9th prefecture. Yes, we'll do our best for the sect until we die. We won't hesitate. Looking at the brothers who had followed him all the way here, Lin Rei couldn't help but smile happily. Good, I'll wait for the day when you're strong enough. As he spoke, Linley willed it, and in an instant, over 100 white jade bottles appeared in front of everyone. A refreshing, fragrant smell instantly filled the entire cave. The moment they smelled the fragrance, everyone's eyes were filled with fanaticism. They knew about the pills that Lin Rei refined. Alright, you guys can take these. They're all pills that can increase your cultivation. As soon as Lin Rei finished speaking, everyone stepped forward and took their share. Looking at everyone's expressions, Lin Rei smiled. He smiled very happily and said, "These pills should be able to help you guys cultivate for a while. After a while, I'll use the spiritual herbs from the realm of the gods to help you guys refine them. I believe that when the time comes, the pills that have been infused with the chi of the gods will be much better than those from the supreme god realm." Yes. Hearing Lin Rei's words, everyone was happy. Some of them were even imagining the scene of breaking through after eating the pills refined in the realm of the gods. Alright, go cultivate. I've just joined the sect, so there should be a lot of things to do. Later on, if any of you run out of pills, come out and get them. Yes. Hearing Lin Rei's words, everyone bowed to Lin Rei and left the cave hall. Each of them returned to their own rooms. As for those who didn't have rooms, they opened up their own space for cultivation. As he watched them leave, Linley instantly cast a spell seal at the entrance of the cave. Immediately, the cave disappeared from where it used to be. After doing all this, Linley was finally unable to withstand the exhaustion of his body, and he instantly fell backwards. Ah, Brother Lei. At this moment, Lu Ying, who was staring at Linley, saw that her husband was falling backwards. Lu Ying reacted quickly and caught Linley in a flash as he asked with concern, Husband, are you all right?" However, at this moment, Lin Rei was already unconscious. No matter how Lu Ying called out, there was no response. Lu Ying hurriedly used his spiritual energy to transfer it into Lin Rei's body. However, just as the spiritual energy entered Lin Rei's body, it was pushed back by a huge force. Lu Ying was shocked when he sensed this. How can this be? Why is there such a strong force in husband's body? Lu Ying muttered to himself. At this moment, he couldn't care less. After trying a few more times, Lu Ying finally chose to give up. She didn't know if her actions would harm Lin Rei. Seeing her husband in a deep sleep, Lu Ying's heart ached. She hugged Lin Rei and sat on the ground. She stroked Lin Rei's tightly knitted brows and started to help him relax. How good would it be if it could stay like this forever? Looking at her husband lying in her arms, Lu Ying couldn't help but start praying. Although she knew this was very selfish, she had no choice. She would rather be selfish than let her husband be in danger. However, what Lu Ying didn't know was that Lin Rei had entered the system. Although he was exhausted, he wasn't unconscious. As for the strong force from before, it was the system's mechanism to protect Lin Rei. Phew. Staring at the familiar darkness, Linley's brows began to relax. Only in this place could he feel at ease, safe, and free of all dangers. "You're here." The little dragon's voice was heard. Lin Rei wasn't surprised at all. After all, this was the little dragon's home. I'm here to cultivate for a while. Also, I wanted to ask you how to break through the emperor level of formation and pill refinery. In the realm of the gods, my current level isn't enough. I need to have some life-saving skills. Lin Rei was already a formation master and pill refinery emperor. Ever since he came to the realm of the gods, Lin Rei deeply felt his shortcomings. He didn't like this feeling. He didn't like putting his life in danger. And, most importantly, it was the same. If he didn't quickly improve these two levels, how could he let his brother improve his cultivation quickly? And what would his brother's situation be like? He knew very well that this place wasn't a safe haven. It was a tiger's den. He could lose his life at any time. TSK. Not bad, not bad. The little dragon, who had been listening to Lin Rei speak, was shocked when he heard Lin Rei's words. At the same time, he said, "Not bad," 3 times in a row. "Kid, did you notice? You've changed. You've become more responsible. You've become more capable. You've made me proud of you." Listening to the little dragon's words, he was suddenly happy. He felt that this matter had a chance. However, as you know, you still owe me 1.5 million exchange points. Do you think I'm still giving you things? I'm not afraid to tell you that the things you want are in the shop, but I'm afraid you can't afford the price. Yoop. Lin Rei, who just felt that there was a chance, suddenly felt helpless when he heard the little dragon's words. As for the thing that the little dragon was talking about, Lin Rei naturally knew about Lin Rei's. Tianzong pill could raise the subprofession by 2 levels, but the price wasn't cheap. The cheapest Tianzong pill required 800,000 exchange points and reputation points. Because of this, Lin Rei came to ask the little dragon. He didn't expect this result. Humph. Stingy. Isn't it just a pill? Wait, after this young master refines it, I'll eat it like candy. After knowing the little dragon's attitude, Lin Rei didn't beg him anymore. Knowing that it was impossible to do it, he didn't want to do it. After finishing his words, Lin Rei left the place. With a thought, his body disappeared into the dark space and arrived at the center of the training field. Immediately, he activated the 3rd level of the Chaos Scripture and began to cultivate. Hee kid, you're still too inexperienced to fight with me. The Tianzong pill gave me so many exchange points. How can I give it to you for free? At this moment, the little dragon looked at Lin Rei, who had entered the training field, and revealed a treacherous smile. If he saw the little dragon's expression at this moment, Lin Rei would definitely think that there was a pit in front of him. And it wasn't an ordinary pit, but a heavenly pit. South. In the best floor of a skyscraper in a bustling city in Danzhou. There were currently over 100 people there. Everyone's expression was very solemn, and some of them even exuded a baleful aura. Their killing intent was so strong that it was frightening. However, Lin Rei's clone, Sakura, was among the crowd. Although he was wearing a mask, it wasn't very conspicuous because most of the people here were wearing masks. Alright, everyone, this represents the stronghold of the Assassins organization in Tianyu City. It is also the place where you can train and receive missions in the future. At this moment, a person wearing a bronze mask was looking at the front. He didn't have any cultivation and was very ordinary, but the murderous aura on his body was so strong that it frightened everyone. Even Sakura, who was Lin Rei's doppelganger, had never seen such a terrifying murderous aura. Chapter 489. At this moment, everyone had to speak. No, rather than saying that they didn't speak, it was better to say that they didn't dare to speak. The moment they saw the old man enter, his murderous aura was instantly released, suppressing the cultivation of everyone present. Even Sakura, when he felt this murderous aura, couldn't help but release his murderous aura in advance to resist. Although he was carelessly defeated in the end, Sakura didn't feel unhappy because of this. He believed that if his original body was here, then this old man in front of him could only stand aside. However, at this moment, the old man in front of him also felt the murderous aura from Sakura's body. He was extremely shocked. He didn't expect that a true God Realm Jr. would have a murderous aura that was only a little weaker than his. It was almost on par with his. He couldn't help but take a few more glances at Sakura, remembering the face of this person with a special mask in his heart. Sakura felt the old man's gaze, so he didn't look back. Instead, he calmly stared ahead as if it was none of his business. Looking at such a calm person, the old man was even more curious. He was curious as to what kind of person could do this. Alright, I believe that you all know about the Assassins organization. That's right, the Assassins organization is an assassin organization. However, since you all have joined, there's no way out. Of course, there's only one person who can leave. As he said that, he looked at the crowd with a chilling gaze. His murderous aura intensified at this moment as he said coldly, "Only the dead can leave here." As soon as he said that, a portion of the people present were shocked. As for the other portion, if they didn't join an assassin organization before, then they used to be an existence that killed without batting an eyelid. There wasn't a single kind person here. All right. Looking at the expressions of the crowd, his tone softened a little and his murderous aura was retracted. At this moment, everyone felt their bodies lighten and return to normal. Assassins are paid to kill people. Of course, as a member of the Assassins organization, the Assassins organization will take 20% of your commission. After he finished speaking, he looked around. When he saw that no one was speaking, he opened his mouth again and said, "From today onwards, you are all mortal level assassins of the Assassins organization. Above you are mortal level, earth level, heaven level, and the strongest among us is the venerable level." Speaking of this, his expression was full of yearning and envy. Even Sakura, who was in the crowd, felt a trace of undetectable killing intent from the old man's eyes. After seeing this scene, Sakura sneered incessantly. He was very disgusted with the old man in his heart. No, it was nothing, he just didn't like the old man. Well, in a moment, you can walk around here. Here are all mortal level killers. Of course, your names will be recorded as a record. As for the Sect's cultivation method, it will also be given to you when you receive your disciple's token. After he finished speaking, he waved his hand towards his back. Suddenly, the 4 masked killers at the back stepped forward. Sakura, who was in the crowd, could feel the disdain in the eyes of the 4 people. They are the team leaders who will lead you. As for which team you will join, it will depend on who is faster. Alright, I forgot to tell you that the number of people recruited is limited. So if every team is full, then that person will become a corpse that is carried out. After he finished speaking, he chuckled twice and disappeared from the floor. No one knew how he disappeared. Not even Xueqi. Before he left, the old man turned around and didn't forget to look at Sakura. The mysterious light in the old man's eyes made Sakura somewhat puzzled. But towards the old man's meaning, Sakura understood. Wasn't it obvious that he wanted to find the strongest existence in this group of people? Sakura was very disgusted with the old man's behavior. Among the 100 of you, only 40 people can join the Celestial Assassins. Of course, if you don't agree, you can think of the person you want to challenge who has already entered. As long as that person dies, then the person who was killed will be eliminated and the winner will replace the person who was killed. An extremely cold voice that made people's hair stand on end sounded. Before everyone could think, they saw a figure rushing towards the back of the 4 men in front. At such a dangerous moment, everyone would do their best. Otherwise it would be them. At this moment, everyone broke out their unprecedented strength in order to successfully become a member of the Celestial Assassins and not be killed. Looking at each and every one of them who were like wolves and tigers, with ugly faces, they were still calling each other brothers a second ago, but in the next second, they became the most dangerous enemies. Sakura didn't comment on this and disdained to comment. Looking at each and every one of them fighting for a spot, Sakura didn't care about anyone. At this moment, there was only one thought in Sakura's mind, and that was to kill God and Buddha who were in his way. No one could stop his footsteps. With a swoosh, Sakura, who had been silent for a long time, finally moved. The 3 heavens blood dragon under his feet instantly appeared and rushed forward as if it was walking. Oh! The dragon's roar attracted the attention of the people who were fighting in the surroundings. The moment they saw the 3 heavens blood dragon, everyone was stunned. They had never seen such a magical footwork before. As for Sakura, he felt the gazes of the people around him but didn't care. Instead, he released his early true god cultivation and increased his speed again. In the next second, Sakura appeared beside a masked man and stood behind him. At this moment, everyone's battle became even more intense. Everyone was trying their best to become a member of the Celestial Assassins. However, at this moment, Sakura was very puzzled. The attacks of the true gods couldn't even damage the floor in front of him. Sakura was even more curious about the Celestial Assassins and was looking forward to it. Pung! Ah! You bastard, I'll kill you! One by one, the voices that annoyed Sakura were heard. Roars, curses, and all kinds of noises poured into Sakura's ears. Sigh! Looking at the place that had turned into a battlefield, Sakura could only sigh. Do you dare to come out and fight with me? Just when Sakura was feeling bored, a voice that made his blood boil sounded. Turning around, he saw a masked man standing there. He was holding a 3 feet long cold sword. His cultivation was very strong and he looked like he wanted to eat someone. Looking at the man who issued the challenge, Sakura didn't hesitate. Since the other party wanted to fight and he was bored, he had no reason to refuse. Sakura took out a jade flute and immediately, it attracted the ridicule of the people around him. What? Is this the rhythm of a performance? He actually took out a flute. Perhaps it was because the laughter was too loud, but the cultivators who were fighting in the surrounding area all stopped what they were doing and gathered around. Hearing all kinds of ridicule, Sakura didn't care. For him, other people's eyes had nothing to do with him. As long as he had the strength to make them surrender, they would obediently shut up. Come on, let me see your strength. A cold voice came from the front. Looking at the person who spoke, Sakura's eyes turned cold. In an instant, Sakura, who was holding the flute, rushed towards the man. The speed was so fast that everyone was caught unprepared. The speed just now was actually twice as fast as the previous speed. Suddenly, the heart of the man who was fighting with Sakura sunk as an ominous feeling sprung up spontaneously. "Humph! Bastard, die!" the man shouted. The 3-feet-long cold sword in his hand instantly waved. A fiery red sword chi rushed out with a majestic burning feeling. In an instant, a sword net was formed. Die! In an instant, the fiery red sword net rushed towards Sakura with a burning feeling. However, what shocked everyone was that Sakura didn't retreat. Instead, he increased his speed and rushed towards the fiery red sword net. "Humph! A grain of rice dares to compete with the sun and moon. You're simply courting death." Facing the net formed by the red sword chi, Sakura's expression didn't have the slightest bit of timidity. Instead, his fighting spirit soared to the sky as if it could destroy everything. Seeing that the fiery red sword net was about to hit Sakura, some cultivators who couldn't bear to watch closed their eyes at this moment. Chapter 490. Ha ha. Hearing the man's pleading voice, Sakura suddenly laughed. His laughter was very charming. Although it was a laugh, it was a different scene in the eyes of the crowd. It was a kind of appearance that made them feel cold all over. The fear in their hearts couldn't help but climb to the extreme at this moment. "You, Poochie!" Hearing the laughter, the man was filled with fear and wanted to say something. Suddenly, he heard a sound. His neck heated up and a stream of heat instantly gushed out. "You!" Feeling strange, the man subconsciously grabbed his neck. But at this time, his body began to turn cold. "Just an ant. Since you challenged this lord's dignity, you should have thought of this consequence." After saying that, Sakura came to the front of the man. He raised his hand and a strong suction force appeared. Suddenly, a storage ring and a bag flew out from the man's arms and were caught by Sakura. "Hee, a dead man doesn't need these. Moreover, you wasted my time. These are my compensation." Sakura's action and words suddenly made everyone present stunned. They didn't expect Sakura to do this. Boom! Just when everyone was stunned, a blood-colored flame suddenly jumped out of Sakura's palm and was instantly thrown onto the man's body. Puff! Puff! The fire instantly rose. As time went by, the man's body slowly burned into ashes in front of everyone. In the end, not even ashes were left. A god-rank expert was killed so easily. Everything happened too fast. The people who weren't optimistic about had now become the final winners of this battle. Looking at the ashes on the ground and the people around him, Sakura sneered and returned to his original group. At this moment, when the cultivators who were standing in the group saw Sakura's arrival, they automatically stepped aside and let Sakura take the first place. Sakura's strength suppressed everyone, but there were always people who valued money more than life. Not long after Sakura returned, 2 burly men came in front of Sakura and said fiercely, "Kid, hand over the storage pouch and storage ring you found just now." When he heard the provocation, he didn't even bat an eyelid and said to the 2 of them, "If you don't want to die, get lost. I've already killed someone today. I don't want to see blood anymore." Sakura's cold and indolent voice entered their ears. Instantly, their faces twisted, as if they were furious to the extreme. "Humph, if that's the case, then die." As he spoke, a gust of wind blew without any wind, and a silver spear instantly rushed towards Sakura. Die! The powerful cultivation base drove the surrounding aura. In response to this, the cultivators behind Sakura instantly fled to the back. Courting death. What do you mean by you can't touch a tiger's buttocks? What do you mean by you don't know how many eyes Ma Wangya has? These 2 mountain ponds in front of him are exactly that. Looking at the appearance of these 2 people who don't care about their lives, Di Shirtion can only fulfill their wishes. Bang! The sound of a sword resounded throughout the entire floor. A long sword radiating cold light appeared in a flash, and chopped towards the long spear that was rushing towards him. Bang! The sound of weapons clashing entered everyone's ears. Instantly, the scene attracted everyone's attention once again. At this moment, Sakura and the man were in a deadlock. Just at this moment, a sense of crisis instantly struck their hearts. Swish! The sound of a sword resounded from behind. After feeling the majestic and strong sword chi, Sakura frowned, and a surge of anger surged in his heart. Humph, since you're courting death, then don't blame me. At this moment, Sakura seemed to have gone crazy. He didn't care if there was anyone beside him. He instantly used the illusory spirit bloodfire, and a scorching feeling instantly swept through the entire floor. It was getting hotter and hotter, as if the air was about to be burned. Sakura, who held the illusory spirit bloodfire in one hand and the sword in the other hand, instantly rushed towards the man behind him. Die! The speed was so fast that the moment the sneak attacker recovered from his frown, Sakura naturally came to the side of the man. What? Feeling the aura of death, the man suddenly frowned and wanted to escape. But facing Sakura, who was so close to him, would he let him leave just like that? I've said it before, but those who go against me will have to accept death as the price. No one is an exception. As soon as he finished speaking, the hand holding the illusory spirit bloodfire was already on the top of his head. Bang! Gotcha! The sound of bones cracking was heard. Before the man could scream, the surrounding blood vessels had already burned the man's head to ashes. This scene fell into everyone's eyes. Suddenly, everyone felt a chill, and the chill in their hearts soared. You actually... At this moment, the other companion of the man saw his companion being killed, and died so tragically. His eyes began to turn red, and his murderous aura reached its peak at this moment. Unforgivable, unforgivable, go to hell. Looking at the angry man, Sakura instinctively used the sword in the flute. With a casual toss, the sword in the flute stood upright in front of him. Majestic sword chi soared into the sky, and a murderous aura filled the entire floor. Myriad sword secret art. Myriad sword transformation. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. One after another, swords from the flute filled the area in front of Sakura. After a few breaths of time, the area in front of Linley was already filled with swords from the flute. Every sword was real and carried the same might as the primordial sword. When this scene came out, everyone was stunned. Even the 4 killers who were left behind were dumbfounded after seeing the 10,000 swords. Looking at their timid appearance, Sakura withdrew his murderous aura back into his body. Soon after, he returned to his original team and waited. At this moment, the 4 assassins no longer looked at Sakura with disdain like before. This small episode didn't affect the others' killing. But when they were fighting for the quota, they didn't dare to be within 5 meters of Sakura. All of them hid far away. 5 hours after the deterrence, the entire floor was filled with blood. Almost every moment, there were people dying. There was no clean place for people to stay in the entire floor. Looking at the entire floor, there were originally hundreds of people, but now there were only 40 people. Looking at the corpses on the ground, there was no sympathy in everyone's eyes. Other than indifference and ruthlessness, there was nothing else. All right, you are all strong. Those who can survive until now are all strong. In the future, you will be the real celestial kill assassins. Whoosh! Whoosh whoosh! Just as the 4 assassins finished speaking, 40 streams of light instantly rushed out and rushed towards the 40 victors. This is your identity in the celestial kill assassins. In here, no one will know your names. In here, no one will betray you. Because before you join the celestial kill assassins, you have already become the target of the entire celestial realm's righteous path. Hearing this, everyone didn't say anything. Instead, they lowered their heads and quietly looked at the golden token with the word celestial in their hands. Everyone's eyes were so cold that it made people feel that they were no longer human. Let's go. Looking at everyone's appearance, Assassin Askew sneered and said, I'll bring you to see the place where you will live in the future. At the same time, I'll let you see the place where you will receive missions in the future. After saying that, the 4 assassins walked downstairs by themselves. Chapter 491. Lin Ray didn't know about Di Shirtion's condition. At this moment, Lin Ray was cultivating in the array in the system space, so he didn't know what was going on in the outside world. The night passed by very quickly. The next morning, Lin Ray, who was lying in Lu Ying's arms, slowly opened his eyes. The moment he opened his eyes, Lu Ying's face fell into Lin Ray's line of sight. He looked at where he was. It was still the same place as yesterday, but the difference was that he was lying down instead of standing up. Seeing his wife hugging him, Lin Rei could vaguely see water droplets on Lu Ying's hair. Could it be that we've been doing it here for the entire night? Thinking of this, Lin Rei's heart couldn't help but ache. Although they were both cultivators and didn't have any problems with this, she was a woman after all. Lin Rei returned to his senses and nimbly struggled out of Lu Ying's arms. His movements were very light, as if he was afraid that any big movements would wake Lu Ying up. Lin Rei stood up and looked at his wife who was in deep sleep. Lin Rei hurriedly squatted down and injected a stream of pure spiritual energy into Lu Ying's Bai Hui acupoint. Instantly, Lu Ying's body loosened and fell backward. Sleep well. Lin Rei, who was already prepared, caught Lu Ying the moment she fell backward. He then carried Lu Ying in a princess carry and walked towards the cave he was staying in. Inside the cave, it was pitch black and the interior of the cave was very simple. There was a stone seat, a stone table, and a bed, all made of stone. Looking at the cold stone bed, Lin Li frowned and took out the furs of the flaming tiger and the earth bear from his storage ring. He laid them on the bed and placed Lu Ying on it. Rest well. After speaking, Lin Rei turned around and walked to the entrance of the cave. He casually carved a formation on the stone wall of the cave. With a swoosh, the formation appeared and the entire cave entrance disappeared. Seeing that there were no abnormalities, Lin Rei walked out of the cave. The chirping of birds entered Lin Rei's ears the moment he walked out of the cave. The surrounding fresh air, coupled with the rising sun, sprinkled golden light on the scenery before Lin Rei's eyes. It was very beautiful. Phew! Slowly letting out a sigh of relief, Lin Li no longer hesitated. He began to walk towards the farmhouse. Although he didn't need to do this, this wasn't his territory, after all. He couldn't act so boldly and confidently. In this place, strength was everything. At most, he was just an old man. Following the previous route, Lin Rei quickly arrived at the farmhouse where second brother Huang lived. Seeing that there were 40 to 50 disciples gathered at the door of second brother Huang's house, Lin Rei immediately walked forward. Just as he was about to join the group, second brother Huang's annoying voice sounded out. Wait! Upon hearing second master Huang's voice, everyone turned their gazes to the back, where Lin Rei was. Seeing everyone's gazes, Lin Rei immediately felt very awkward. He was also angry at second brother Huang's actions. I wonder if Steward Huang has any orders for me? As the saying goes, when you see a human, when you see a ghost, you see a ghost. He spoke to whoever he saw, and his voice was timid as he asked second brother Huang. Humph, what's the matter? Where did you go yesterday? I sent people to look for you several times, but you weren't there. Looking at the angry second brother Huang, Lin Rei slowly opened his mouth and said, That Steward Huang, the thatched hut yesterday was too shabby, so I went to the mountains to stay for the night. Wasn't there no other way? Is that so? Hearing this, second brother Huang's eyes narrowed and he looked suspicious. Instantly, Lin Rei's heart started to beat like a drum. After a long while, second brother Huang opened his mouth again. All right, since that's the case, then stand with us. As he spoke, second brother Huang pointed to the position at the back. He no longer looked at Lin Rei, but turned his gaze to everyone present. Everyone has seen it. Just now, that was the new disciple of the miscellaneous disciples. His name is Lin Rei. From now on, he will be the youngest here. As he spoke, second brother Huang's mouth inadvertently curled upwards, revealing an evil smile. Today, I gathered all of you here for another reason. That is, I want to tell all of you that this year, the sect will be recruiting new disciples. Therefore, the amount of spiritual herbs required will be greatly increased. Therefore, everyone will have to work hard. In the past, 10 caddies of spiritual herbs harvested will be increased to 20 caddies, and so on. Do you understand? As soon as second brother Huang announced his decision, the scene immediately became restless. Everyone's faces were filled with anger, but they did not dare to speak out. Why do we have to add more? Suddenly, a voice broke the current situation. An extremely coarse-looking middle-aged man walked out of the group and said angrily to second brother Huang. Seeing this scene, everyone standing in the group shook their heads regretfully and sighed. Alas! Another one who doesn't care about his life. He clearly knows that second brother Huang is in charge here, but he still dares to oppose him. Looking at everyone's regretful sighs, Lin Rei was stunned for a moment. He did not understand what they were talking about, but soon Lin Rei understood why everyone shook their heads. Puff, suddenly, a strand of divine energy appeared. In the next moment, the rugged man who stood ramrod straight in front of second brother Huang was instantly blasted flying. The blood in his mouth was like a resplendent ruby in the air, and it was extremely striking. Plop! The distant brute-looking man rolled on the ground for a while before finally coming to a halt. His body was as limp as a dead pig's. Seeing this, Lin Li used his divine sense to investigate and find that the brute-looking man had already perished. In this place, everyone was silent. The previous complaints and resentment were all gone. The only thing left was obedience and despair. Listen up, if something similar happens again, the next person will end up like him. Of course, if you don't believe me, you can try. Second brother Huang said with a murderous aura as he pointed at the dead man's body not far away. At the same time, second brother Huang glanced at Lin Rei intentionally or unintentionally. In this regard, Lin Rei pretended not to see. Yes, we won't dare to be rash. Everyone's weak voices rang out. Immediately, second brother Huang walked toward the house behind him with a satisfied expression. Alas, let's go. 30 caddies. I don't know if we can harvest enough tonight. Yes, you're less than me. I'm 50 caddies. We've already harvested everything within a 30-something radius. If we want to complete the mission, we have to go outside the 30-something radius. This round trip will take half a day. It seems that the days ahead will be difficult. At this moment, Lin Rei, who had been standing still, frowned after hearing everyone's discussion. According to what they said, it would be difficult to complete the mission. However, if there was something that Lin Rei was most worried about, it would be second brother Huang's cultivation. Just now, Lin Rei was deeply shocked. He didn't expect that a manager would have a stronger cultivation than him. After Lin Rei observed the rough man's cultivation, he found that the rough man's cultivation was at the late true god realm. Lin Rei was even more shocked. A cultivator who could kill a late true god realm expert in an instant. How strong was his cultivation? The more Lin Rei thought about it, the more his head hurt. Only now did he realize that he had always been a frog at the bottom of the well. His vision of the outside world was still not enough. Alas! Forget it, let's take one step at a time. After standing in the same place for a long time, Lin Rei finally stopped thinking about it and let fate take its course. After regaining his senses, Lin Rei saw that there was no one in the field and quickly left the place. He walked towards the surrounding mountains. Thinking about the 20 gene of heavenly spirit fruit, Lin Rei felt a headache coming on. The heavenly spirit fruit was born from the heaven and earth and naturally grew. Lin Rei didn't know whether second brother Huang was deliberately making things difficult for him or not. Along the way, Lin Rei saw a lot of elixirs, but most of them were used to refine high-grade elixirs. He wanted to pick them for his own use, but he didn't expect that there would be restrictions placed on them. Chapter 492. With a gulp, the man looked at Lin Rei, who was brimming with killing intent. He couldn't help but gulp. His back was soaked and his legs were trembling. It was a very comical sight. You, what do you want? It would be a lie to say that he wasn't afraid of Lin Rei's actions. Especially when faced with someone like Lin Rei, who was brimming with killing intent, he didn't dare to try anything. Hee, I won't do anything. As long as you tell me where the heavenly spirit fruit is, I'll let you go. Of course, you need to know that you don't have much time left. As Lin Li spoke, the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. When the man saw the bloodthirsty look on his face, he was so frightened that he knelt on the ground with a thud. He begged for mercy as though he was crying for his parents. Junior brother, no, senior brother, I beg you. I really don't know about the heavenly spirit fruit. Moreover, the heavenly spirit fruit is such a precious thing. How could you let trash disciples like me know about it? Looking at the man's appearance, Lin Rei frowned. He couldn't believe that someone who had come here before him didn't know where the heavenly spirit fruit was. Seeing that the man refused to speak, Lin Rei steeled his heart and chopped down with his left hand, aiming for the man's ear. Poochie! A blood-curdling scream came out of the man's mouth. He was in a very sorry state, his left hand covering his bleeding ear. On the ground in front of him was a bloody ear. Ah! The blood-curdling screams grew louder and louder. Suddenly, Lin Rei released his cultivation base and said in a cold voice, "This is just a warning. Of course, if you don't speak, I'll make the other ear fall off. If you don't speak, then I'll make your limbs and finally your nose. Your eyeballs." As soon as these words came out, the man was so frightened that he shut his mouth. Although it hurt, he still knew the severity of the other parts of his body. Seeing the man's stammering appearance, Lin Rei became impatient. He raised his right hand and was about to cut off the man's other ear when a panicked voice called out, "No, no, no, I know." Seeing Lin Rei's gesture, the man no longer dared to hide anything. He immediately said, "Although the heavenly spirit fruit is very precious, it is still available in the god realm. For example, not far ahead, there is a heavenly spirit fruit in a valley." But, while Lin Rei of the righteous faction was happy to hear this, the man's words seemed to make things difficult for him. "But what? Don't dilly-dally, hurry up and say it." Yes, I'll tell you." Hearing Lin Rei's words, the man didn't hide anything and directly said, "But there are people guarding that place, and their cultivation is quite high. But don't worry, they are all miscellaneous disciples." Hearing the man's words, Lin Rei raised his head and looked in the direction of the man's finger. A smile appeared on his face. "Hee, thank you, senior brother." After saying that, Lin Rei walked away. When he reached the man's side, a long spear appeared in an instant. The tip of the spear was instantly aimed at the man's head. It was as fast as lightning. Kacha, Poochie, boom. A natural and smooth movement was completed in an instant under Lin Rei's control. The moment the long spear pierced the man to death, his other hand instantly used the illusory spirit blood fire, directly burning the dead man into ashes. Destroying the corpse to destroy the evidence, the dead tell no tales. This was the best way for Lin Rei to believe that the man was not a secret, because only the dead were the best shackles for keeping secrets. Without looking back, he flew in the direction the man pointed. Along the way, Lin Rei created a few more miscellaneous disciples, but they all had their own tasks and ignored Lin Rei. For this, Lin Rei didn't have any objection. Instead, he felt that it was very good. Along the way, Lin Rei saw a lot of materials that could be used to make elixirs. Regarding this, Lin Rei didn't refuse them and took all of them. Along the way, Lin Rei was amazed. The realm of the gods is indeed the realm of the gods. There are elixirs everywhere. If placed in the lower realm, I'm afraid only the endless valley of immortals would have them. Seeing that his storage ring and storage bag couldn't be picked anymore, he slowly stopped. Of course, for the really good things, Lin Rei would choose to take out the name of a useless item from his storage ring and throw it away. Soon, Lin Rei followed the man's route and arrived at the entrance of a valley. Huff, huff. At the entrance of the valley, Lin Rei felt a gust of wind blowing out from the valley. He vaguely felt pain in his body. Regarding this, Lin Rei was surprised. Lin Rei was very confident in his body, but now that he was being blown by a gust of wind, Lin Rei couldn't help but doubt the power of this strange wind. "Boy, don't go in." Lin Rei, who was intending to enter, suddenly heard the little dragon's anxious voice. Then, the little dragon's figure appeared. "Boy, you can't enter here, at least not now." Listening to the little dragon's inexplicable words, Lin Rei was even more curious about the valley. What could make the little dragon so nervous? Why? Looking at Lin Rei's puzzled and curious look, the little dragon slowly opened its mouth and said, "With your current strength, you can't enter here because the gust of wind these years is a kind of astral wind." What? Astral wind? As soon as Xiaolong finished speaking, Lin Li cried out in surprise, his eyes filled with disbelief. He had seen astral winds before, but they were very different from the one in front of him. It could even be said that they were different from the astral winds. That's right. I know you're puzzled, but you have to know that I won't lie to you. This thing is very sad, and you also felt it just now. It can make your god-level physical body feel pain, so don't try it. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei's gaze couldn't help but look at the valley in front of him. He suddenly felt conflicted. However, after remembering that the gust of wind in front of him was astral wind, Lin Rei didn't have the courage to go forward. He didn't want to pay the price for his momentary stubbornness. I know. Don't worry, I'm not so free as to seek my own death." With that, Lin Rei couldn't help but take 2 steps back and leave the area where the astral wind appeared. Hee hee, okay, since that's the case, then I'll. Lin Rei, who knew what the little dragon meant, hurriedly interrupted before the little dragon could finish speaking. Since I can't enter from here, then hurry up and tell me where I can find the heavenly spirit fruit. You can't expect me to give up my cultivation for the sake of the heavenly spirit fruit. What? This is your mission, why should I tell you? With that, he disappeared into the system without waiting for Lin Rei's reply. Seeing this, Lin Rei was burning with rage and roared in his mind. Wang #egg, why are you so wicked? You have to know that this is a mission given by the system, and I've encountered a problem because of this mission. Tell me, shouldn't you help me? If you continue to be like this, I won't do it anymore. When the time comes, I'll be hot-headed and not care if it's erased or not. After returning to the system, the little dragon was momentarily speechless when he heard Lin Rei's words. There was a long silence, and neither of them spoke. Just like that, Lin Rei waited until Lin Rei was no longer angry before giving up. Aya, you bastard! After grumbling, Lin Rei once again pulled himself together and walked around the valley. At this moment, Lin Rei was extremely confused. He didn't know where he was going to find the heavenly spirit fruit. Most importantly, the heavenly spirit fruit recognized him, but he didn't recognize the heavenly spirit fruit. Just like that, he walked from morning to noon, and from noon to night. The sky was gradually enveloped by darkness, and the surrounding temperature began to slowly drop as a gust of cold air blew over. Aya, it's already been a day. Why haven't I found the heavenly spirit fruit yet? After a day, Lin Rei had found quite a few spirit herbs. He estimated that it would be enough to supply Lin Tian and the others for 100 years. If the upper echelons of the divine sect knew of this news, they would definitely kill Lin Rei. One had to know that these spirit herbs were all provided for the divine sect's pill refining room. Now, most of the good ones were in Lin Rei's pocket. After walking for an unknown distance, Lin Rei stopped. He raised his head and saw that the moon had already risen. Then, he found a large tree and sat down. Chapter 493. For the sake of flying at high speed, Linley instantly activated the dragon-subduing steps, and 3 azure dragons appeared. Linley, standing on the azure dragons, moved like a shadow, disappearing into the night sky in the blink of an eye. At this moment, in the depths of the forest, a 3-headed lion was looking ahead with bloodshot eyes. Behind the 3-headed lion, there was a cub. Obviously, it was the 3-headed lion's child. At the place where the 3-headed lion was looking at, there was a woman standing proudly in the void. Her figure was graceful, and she looked just like a big sister. She was dressed in a long white dress, and her face was covered with a white veil. However, the only thing that was lacking was her pair of cold eyes. Her entire body was emitting killing intent, and she looked just like an ice beauty. Humph, little girl. Do you know the consequences of attacking my son? Don't you want to live anymore? At this moment, the 3-headed lion spoke in human language and said angrily to the woman. The cub behind the 3-headed lion was trembling in fear. Evil creature. Do you know how many disciples of my sect your son has killed in front of me today? Hand over the 3-headed lion and we'll let this go. Otherwise, humph. The woman was angry and snorted. Instantly, murderous aura burst out from her body. She released her cultivation and her immortal robe fluttered. Hand it over? I'm not sure. This is my only son. Even if I die, I won't let my son go back with you. As it spoke, the 3-headed lion turned around and looked at its son. Then, it quickly moved towards the woman. Roar, 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 roar. The lion's speed was fast. However, because its body was too big, even with the lion's speed, it still disappeared in front of the woman. Die! In the blink of an eye, the lion appeared in front of the woman. Then, its 3 ferocious mouths were about to devour the woman. The stench of blood instantly filled the air and drifted in the air. Humph. Since that's the case, let's fight. Looking at the 3 bloody mouths in front of her and the fishy smell coming from the 3-headed lion's mouth, the woman frowned and moved without hesitation. A series of shadows flashed past the left side of the 3-headed lion. When the woman appeared again, she was already 10 meters away from the 3-headed lion. She stared at it coldly as if she wanted to kill it. Humph, run? In this place I am the king. Do you think you can escape? Just as the woman thought that she had dodged the attack, the three-headed lion snorted coldly. It turned around and charged at the woman again. Looking at the bloody mouth, the woman quickly formed a seal, and a green sword suddenly appeared in front of her chest. She formed the seal faster and faster, and the green sword in front of her chest instantly shone brightly, and a shocking sword chi instantly flew out of the sword and rushed towards the bloody mouth of the three-headed lion. Misty, extreme peak, suppress. Dozens of shocking sword chis arrived in front of the three-headed lion in the blink of an eye, and rushed into its bloody mouth. Boom! The moment the lion collided with the sword chi, there was a loud bang. Then, a huge figure was instantly sent flying. At the same time, bright red blood gushed out from the lion's three mouths. Boom! The three-headed lion flew back 100 meters before coming to a stop with great difficulty. Most of the wounds on its body were caused by the woman's sword chi. Bright red blood flowed out of the wounds. Human, you've angered me. Lying on the ground, the lion furiously roared at the woman as it felt better from the intense pain. However, what they didn't know was that Lin Rei, who was looking for the source of the sound out of curiosity, had already come here. However, because he felt that the aftermath of the battle was powerful, he didn't come close. Instead, he hid in a tree a few hundred meters away. Damn! A three-headed lion. This is a good thing. Not only is its meat delicious, but its fur is also good. Looking at the three-headed lion, Lin Rei was a bit tempted. However, when he thought of the strength of this lion, Lin Rei didn't go forward. Hee, you really dare to think about it. The three-headed lion is a good thing, but with your current strength, I'm afraid that before you can even touch the lion's fur, you'll be swallowed by the three-headed lion as nourishment. The little dragon's mocking voice suddenly sounded. Immediately, Lin Rei's body froze. He looked at the three-headed lion with pity and dispelled the thought in his heart. I'll ask you one more time. Are you going to hand it over or not? This is your last chance. If you miss this chance, your son won't be the only one who will die. At this point, the woman's aura rose to another level. In terms of aura, there was a clear gap between her and the three-headed lion. What? Feeling the change in the woman's aura, the three-headed lion was shocked. He didn't expect that the woman didn't use her full strength in the battle just now. Thinking of this, the three-headed lion panicked and had a bad premonition. Alright, since that's the case, don't blame this lord for not showing mercy. Seeing that the three-headed lion didn't make a choice, the woman who was standing not far away moved and flew towards the three-headed lion. As for the sword, it automatically followed the woman as she flew, as if the two of them had become one. It's a woman? Lin Rei had been observing from where he was, trying to see who was fighting the three-headed lion when the figure of a woman appeared in front of him. Although her face was covered, in Linley's heart, she was truly breathtaking and unrestrained. Seeing the woman's movements, Linley's body unconsciously moved backwards a bit. Beauty and the Beast. Looking at the scene in the distance, Lin Rei couldn't help but think of a movie he saw on planet Aqua Blue. Bam! With a loud bang, the woman collided with the lion again. However, this time, the situation wasn't painful at all. The moment the woman collided with the lion, a light shadow appeared from the lion's mouth. A pure energy appeared and blocked the woman's attack. Then, taking advantage of this gap, the other head of the lion opened its mouth and bit the woman's arm. Crack! A crisp sound rang out. Even Linley could hear it. However, to Linley's astonishment, the woman didn't make a sound after her arm was broken. But Linley knew that she was in real pain. The woman's forehead was dripping with cold sweat. Her entire body was drenched in cold sweat. At this moment, the woman looked even more graceful and charming. Starred you. Feeling the pain, the woman flew into a rage. She instantly escaped from the lion's mouth and retreated 10 meters away. Her face was filled with killing intent and hatred. I'll let you experience the power of the snow domain today. The moment the woman finished speaking, the temperature in the surrounding hundreds of miles began to drop. The originally hot weather became incomparably cold. What? God's domain. Snow domain. No matter if it was the lion or Lin Rei, who was hundreds of meters away, they were all shocked after hearing the woman's words. Although Lin Rei didn't know much about God's domain, he had experienced it before. How is this possible? You're able to cultivate a God's domain. Who are you? At this moment, Lin Rei heard the three-headed lion's shocked words and his curiosity rose. He was also curious about who this woman was. To be able to fight the three-headed lion and cultivate a god's domain. He didn't believe that such a person didn't have a name. Divine Sect, Lu Yunhan. You're Lu Yunhan. The moment the woman finished speaking, the three-headed lion cried out. At the same time, its enormous body began to retreat. Lu Yunhan. Hearing the woman's name, Lin Rei narrowed his eyes. He was puzzled. However, if he knew about Lu Yunhan's achievements in Divine Sect, he wouldn't be puzzled. That's right, I'm her. Alright, we've wasted too much time here. Let's end this. As soon as he finished speaking, snow began to fall within a radius of several hundred meters. The aura also began to drop rapidly. In the blink of an eye, the temperature dropped to an extreme. Linley was very glad that he was not within the domain. Otherwise, he would have been frozen to death by the cold aura. No, you can't. You can't do this. Feeling the aura of death, the three-headed lion's voice began to soften. It began to plead with Lu Yunhan. However, the result wasn't what it expected. If I can't? Do you think you still have a chance to live? I've given you a chance. It's you who didn't know how to cherish it. So die. As she spoke, Lu Yunhan's aura rose again. At the same time, her domain expanded again. The moment the phenomenon appeared, Lin Rei was shocked. He didn't care if the other party had discovered it or not. He immediately circulated the dragon-subduing step to the extreme in an attempt to escape from the expanding domain. However, in the end, Lin Rei was dumbfounded. In the blink of an eye, the domain had surrounded him. And there's still someone else? Lu Yunhan, who was releasing her domain, naturally knew about this. However, there was nothing she could do. In order to kill the three-headed lion, she couldn't care less. However, Lin Rei was in a miserable state. When the domain expanded to the extreme, Lin Rei wanted to break free. However, he was in despair. No matter what he did, he couldn't break out of the domain. At this moment, the cold aura began to corrode Lin Rei's body. A wave of cold aura began to enter Lin Rei's body through his pores. An aura of death surged into his heart. Damn, no way! Seeing the cold aura endlessly rushing into his body, Lin Rei was powerless to stop it. He could only helplessly watch as his body's functions were slowly frozen. On the other side, Lu Yunhan's domain continued to increase. The surrounding temperature continued to drop. At this moment, the three-headed lion's appearance was completely different from Lin Rei's. Although Lin Rei had reached the same level of comprehension as it, the three-headed lion was still a demonic beast. Furthermore, its cultivation was higher than Lin Rei's. Therefore, the three-headed lion was still able to move. Unexpectedly, Lin Rei had been frozen in place, unable to free himself. Chapter 494. Lu Yunhan, do you really have to be so ruthless? The three-headed lion asked Lu Yunhan with fear, terror and madness. At this moment, it was already dead. Hey, ruthless? I've already given you a chance. You're the one who didn't cherish it. You can't blame me. So die. Lu Yunhan instantly moved. She arrived above the three-headed lion in a flash. The 3-foot chilling light in her hand did not stop at all. She directly chopped at the three-headed lion's head. Her speed was as fast as lightning. How could the three-headed lion, whose body had already been frozen and slowed down by the snow comprehension, dodge the attack? Puchi! Oh! In the next moment, a lion's head was separated from the three-headed lion's body. Lu Yunhan did not even look at the bloody lion's head. As for the three-headed lion, he could feel the pain coming from his neck. Moreover, the lion's head was one of the sources of his strength. Now that one of his 3 heads was chopped off, the three-headed lion's strength dropped by a third. After losing the strength to fight against Lu Yunhan, coupled with the unknown wound, the three-headed lion's aura weakened. You! Looking at the head on the ground in fear, the three-headed lion's heart ached. At the same time, the more painful his heart was, the more intense his hatred for Lu Yunhan was. You asked for it. Don't blame me. Lu Yunhan did not care about the three-headed lion's hatred. At this moment, she had already let down her guard against the three-headed lion. Not for anything else, but because of her realm of divinity and the lion's head that she chopped off. Not far away, Lin Rei, whose body was already frozen and his blood was starting to coagulate, was struggling hard to not fall asleep. He knew that if he fell asleep like this, he would never wake up. Feeling a bit better, the cold air around him increased in intensity, and Linley even felt like dying. If it weren't for his curiosity, he wouldn't have come here in the first place, and he definitely wouldn't have encountered such a situation. In the end, it was his own curiosity that killed the cat. Slowly, Linley's eyelids began to shut. A sense of exhaustion suddenly appeared in his mind, causing Linley's heart to begin to grow frantic. What should I do? If this continues, I'll definitely freeze to death. Lin Rei, who still had a little bit of strength left, began to think. He didn't want to die like this. There were still many things waiting for him to do. There were still many people he hadn't met yet. For a moment, his desire to survive began to increase. Although his exhaustion did not show, it was much better than before. "Haha, silly boy!" A voice rang out. Instantly, Linley raised an eyebrow, and a glimmer of hope began to ignite in his eyes. You bastard! Can't you say something useful at a time like this? Why do you have to talk nonsense with me here? Let me tell you, my body has already been frozen by that woman's snow domain. If you don't say anything now, I might die here. It was a threat, but it was also a plea for help. She knew that if there was anyone in this world who could heal her, it would be Lu Yunhan. The only person who could do that was the little dragon. F***CK, are you begging me? Are you threatening me? Sitting in the system with a bunch of grapes in his hand, he said to Lin Rei in a provocative tone. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was speechless. At this time, he still didn't tell him how to be saved and was still talking nonsense. All right, little dragon, master dragon, I was wrong, all right? Hurry up and tell me how to get out of here. At this moment, Lin Rei felt that his cultivation was slowly being frozen by the snow domain. For a moment, he couldn't care less about his face and directly asked for help from the little dragon. Although he was unwilling to admit it, the little dragon was still very loyal. His words were sharp, but his heart was soft. His mouth said no, but his heart said otherwise. Humph, who asked you to be curious? Just treat this as a lesson. If you do this again in the future, I won't care anymore. After hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei forced a smile at the little dragon. Illusory Spirit Blood Fire. Activate the Illusory Spirit Blood Fire and burn it. That's it. When he heard the little dragon's method, he thought it was something special. He didn't expect that he had it on him. Regarding this, Lin Rei couldn't help but scold himself in his heart. Rumble. A blood-red flame, under Linley's control, began to swirl around his blood vessels and ignite. Bit by bit, it began to disappear, and finally, his entire body began to burn. Time passed little by little. His originally frozen body began to slowly recover under the effect of the illusory spirit blood fire. His cultivation also returned at this moment. F***CK. Seeing how simple it was, Lin Rei was speechless. They thought that things in the celestial realm were difficult to remove, but he didn't expect to be able to remove it with his flame wine. Of course, it was only an ordinary alchemy fire. If it was alive, it would be another flame. Perhaps there was no other way. The illusory spirit blood fire itself was the saddest flame in the world. Although it hadn't reached that level yet, it could still easily cause damage to the celestial realm. Lin Rei didn't know about this. Only the little dragon in the system knew about it. Even they, who were fighting the three-headed lion in the distance, didn't know that Lin Rei had naturally recovered and was even more spirited than before. At this moment, the three-headed lion was lying on the ground and glaring at Lu Yunhan with resentment. At the same time, the woman looked worriedly at her son, who was still curled up in the cold. Seeing that there was no end to it, a crazy thought emerged in her mind. Humph, come on, the three-headed lion said to Lu Yunhan in a deranged tone. Instantly, a terrifying energy burst out from its body and spread in all directions. Damn, this guy. This guy wants to self-destruct? At this moment, Lin Rei, who had almost recovered naturally, was shocked and panicked when he felt the energy from the three-headed lion. Damn it, I just took a trip to the gates of hell and didn't allow myself to crawl back. Now, you want to go back again? Are you kidding me? Looking at the intensity of the energy, he guessed that the lion should be a divine king. With this kind of self-destruction, everything within 1,000 meters would be destroyed. Especially when a demonic beast self-destructs. The spiritual energy absorbed by demonic beasts was much purer than that of humans. If a human self-destruction was like a missile, then a demonic beast self-destruction was like a nuclear bomb, an atomic bomb. Sensing this, he began to quickly circulate his cultivation technique and activated all the illusory spirit blood fire in his body. He didn't want to go to the wolf's den after escaping the tiger's den. At the same time, who was Lu Yunhan? She was an expert of divine sect. How could she not know what the three-headed lion was doing? Self-destruct? Heh. Do you think it's faster for you to self-destruct or for me to kill you? As she spoke, Lu Yunhan moved. Like a ghost, she quickly moved towards the three-headed lion. Kikik! A sinister laugh rang out from the three-headed lion's mouth. Immediately, Lu Yunhan, who was charging towards him with murderous intent, was stunned. She couldn't understand how he could laugh when he was clearly about to die. There must be a reason for this abnormality. Lu Yunhan could only stop in her tracks. She wanted to see what the three-headed lion could do. Do you really think that we, the three-headed lion, don't have an inheritance technique? Hearing the three-headed lion's words, Lu Yunhan hurriedly raised her head. Instantly, Lu Yunhan was stunned. Her eyes were filled with disbelief. Deconfinement technique. How could you, the three-headed lion, possess such an inheritance technique? The experienced and knowledgeable Lu Yunhan immediately recognized the ball of light above the three-headed lion's head as a confinement technique. Furthermore, it was of a particularly high grade. That's right. I'm not afraid to tell you that if it were anyone else, I would have hesitated. But you're so ruthless. As he spoke, the three-headed lion couldn't help but glance at his son. Then, he looked at Lu Yunhan with a resolute gaze. At this moment, the three-headed lion had gone mad. Since he was going to die anyway, why not drag someone down with him? No, die. Seeing that the confinement technique was not fully formed, Lu Yunhan immediately moved. She began to circulate her martial technique and ran towards the three-headed lion as quickly as she could. It's too late, too late. Whoosh. Just as the three-headed lion was laughing maniacally, the confinement technique above its head was instantly flung towards Lu Yunhan. It was so fast that even a god king like her was unable to dodge it. With a bang, the ball of light collided with Lu Yunhan. As expected, Lu Yunhan was immobilized by the confinement technique. Her entire body was frozen like a popsicle. She could not move at all and her entire body was ice cold. At this moment, Lu Yunhan was afraid. A sense of danger that she had never felt before rose in her heart. At this moment, her heart was filled with extremely complicated feelings. She never thought that she would end up like this. Seeing that the energy from the three-headed lion's self-destruction was growing stronger and stronger, Lu Yunhan closed her eyes in despair. 2 streams of tears flowed down her cheeks and fell to the ground. Do you really want to die that badly? Suddenly, not long after Lu Yunhan closed her eyes, a voice was heard. What? Hearing the voice, she opened her eyes. What entered her sight was a young man with a ball of blood-red flames in his hand. His long robe fluttered in the absence of wind. He had long purple hair and the corner of his mouth was slightly raised. He had a very enchanting evil smile. His appearance was extremely demonic. However, the appearance of this person made her feel an indescribable sense of security. Just as Lu Yunhan was about to say something, she was suddenly stopped by Lin Rei. All right, save your energy. I don't have much confidence in dealing with this big guy. Whether it succeeds or not will depend on the will of the heavens. However, you must remember that you owe me a life. After speaking, Lin Rei, who was holding the illusory spirit blood-red flames, instantly charged towards the three-headed lion. Lin Rei's initial estimation was that although the three-headed lion had the confinement technique, Lin Rei boldly guessed that it could only be used once. Otherwise, it would have used it long ago. Why wait until now? As for him, he originally wanted to leave right away. However, once he remembered that Lu Yunhan was a member of the divine sect, he was tempted. A god king owed him a life. Everything would be much easier in the future. At this moment, Lu Yunhan, who was in Lin Rei's embrace, saw that Lin Rei had stopped flying and became anxious. But because of the imprisonment, she couldn't say anything. She could only use her eyes to express her thoughts. However, Lin Rei didn't notice at all. At this moment, Lin Rei was only thinking about whether his last seed demon had succeeded. A woo, 2 more roars. After hearing the 3-headed lion's roar again, Lin Rei was sure that the 3-headed lion had been planted with a seed demon. Ha ha! A loud laugh came from Lin Rei's mouth. Instantly, Lu Yunhan, who was in Lin Rei's embrace, was dumbfounded. Come here. Originally, when she heard Lin Rei's laughter, she thought that Lin Rei was a fool. Now that she saw Lin Rei waving at the 3-headed lion again, she couldn't call him a fool anymore, but a lunatic. However, Lin Rei, who Lu Yunhan thought was a lunatic, waved at the 3-headed lion and a miracle happened. The 3-headed lion ran toward Lin Rei excitedly. Its roar was filled with excitement. What? How is this possible? Seeing this scene, Lu Yunhan screamed in her heart. Her expression was filled with disbelief. A woo! In a few breaths of time, the 3-headed lion appeared by Linley's side. Its enormous body lay down in front of Linley, and it jumped up and down on Linley's legs in a fawning manner, licking Linley's feet from time to time. Get lost! Are you trying to disgust me to death? Feeling that his pants were wet, Lin Rei lowered his head and saw that the 3-headed lion had used its saliva to lick his pants wet. Looking at the sticky saliva that carried a fishy smell, Lin Rei's stomach churned. Woo woo. Woo woo. After hearing Lin Rei's words, the 3-headed lion, who already had human thoughts, cried out in disbelief. Its eyes were filled with an indescribable grievance. Seeing this unimaginable scene, Lu Yunhan, who was a deity king, found it hard to believe. She had never seen this scene before after so many years. Well, Ru, bring your child here. I'll get rid of the coldness in his body. A woo. After hearing Lin Rei's words, the 3-headed lion lowered its head proudly at Lin Rei. Then, it roared excitedly and dashed toward its child. You! Suddenly, a woman's voice sounded. Instantly, Lin Rei was shocked and subconsciously threw Lu Yunhan, who was in his arms, to the ground. You! The moment he heard that the voice belonged to Lu Yunhan, he released his divine sense and began to check on her condition. Thank goodness! Thank goodness! When he sensed that Lu Yunhan's cultivation was still in slumber, Lin Rei heaved a sigh of relief. Otherwise, a deity king's cultivation was not something that a cultivator of the lowest level in the divine realm like him could fight against. Even though the 3-headed lion had become his demonic beast, he had witnessed the battle earlier. They were definitely not on the same level. Chapter 496. Hee. Seeing that even Lu Yunhan was afraid, Lin Rei felt even happier. A woo, young master, it's best if you don't move. At this moment, the 3-headed lion's voice sounded from behind. In an instant, Lin Rei's hands froze in mid-air as he turned around to look at it in confusion. Lu Yunhan is a peak godly king and is also a deacon of divine sect. So young master, you... Oh, is that so? Hearing the 3-headed lion's introduction of Lu Yunhan, Lin Rei's heart trembled as he gave up on trying to touch her. It wasn't because she was afraid, but because she had no choice but to lower her head under someone else's roof. A man should know when to yield. Seeing Lu Yunhan with her eyes tightly shut and a face full of fear, Lin Rei felt an indescribable sense of guilt. When will your confinement technique end? 3 hours. I estimate that there's only half an hour left. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the 3-headed lion hurriedly replied. All right, let's go. Since the confinement technique is about to end, it'll be very dangerous for us to stay here. Furthermore, your strength has decreased by a lot. After saying that, Linley ignored Lu Yunhan who was lying on the ground and continued to walk forward. As for the 3-headed lion, the moment it heard Linley's words, it immediately dragged its son and followed behind Linley. Time passed slowly. Lu Yunhan, who had been afraid that Lin Rei would do something dirty to her, hurriedly opened her eyes when she felt that there was no movement around her. She raised her head and saw that there was no one around her. Ah, bastard! Instantly, a furious roar came from Lu Yunhan's mouth as her entire body trembled in anger. Humph! Just you wait. I'll remember today's grudge. With that, Lu Yunhan closed her eyes again and waited for the confinement technique to end. Achoo! At this moment, they were already dozens of miles away from where Lu Yunhan was. Lin Rei brought the three-headed lion and suddenly felt that someone was targeting him. F***ck, it can't be Lu Yunhan, right? After thinking about it, Lin Rei always felt that if he encountered such a thing, it wouldn't be so easy to solve it. Thinking of this, Lin Rei couldn't help but sigh. Who cares? Since I've already done it, why should I be afraid of the karma? After saying that, Lin Rei continued to lead the three-headed lion forward with an indifferent look on his face. Oh right, what's your name? I can't keep calling you three-headed lion, can I? Hearing Lin Rei's question, the three-headed lion replied without hesitation. Shangyu. Shangyu? Not bad. Lin Rei nodded as he recalled that the three-headed lion lived in this forest. It was very likely that it knew what he was looking for. All right, Shangyu, you've lived here for so many years. Have you heard of the heavenly spirit fruit there? Originally, Lin Rei didn't have much hope at all. Along the way, Lin Rei saw all kinds of strange flowers and plants. At the same time, doubts arose in his heart. Logically speaking, a place with such rich resources should be known by someone. However, along the way, there were no signs of anyone plucking the strange flowers, fruits and treasures of heaven and earth. Lin Rei was very suspicious of this. Tisk Sai, should I go in or not? Happy that the spiritual energy around him was very dense and there was no danger in the valley, Lin Rei began to hesitate based on the signs of his previous actions. At this moment, at the entrance of the valley, just as Lin Rei was hesitating, Lu Yunhan arrived. When she saw that Lin Rei's tracks had disappeared at the entrance of the valley, Lu Yunhan was shocked. No way, don't tell me that this kid went into the valley. At this moment, Lu Yunhan no longer felt as if she had chased after Lin Rei to kill him. Instead, when she found out that Lin Rei had entered the valley, she began to feel a little worried. No, that's not right. What does this kid's life or death have to do with me? Why should I worry about him? Even though she had said that she was not worried, her body was ready to charge into the valley. No, I can't go in. This is a forbidden area. At this moment, Lu Yunhan, who was struggling in her heart, stared at the valley in fear. When she was young, she had been warned by her elders that this was a forbidden area and that she could not enter as she pleased. Sigh, I don't care anymore. That damned kid did save my life. If I don't save him, I'm afraid that it'll be inappropriate. With a swoosh, a figure instantly rushed into the valley. Damned kid, don't be angry. I haven't avenged you for humiliating me. Lu Yunhan said anxiously as she flew into the valley. Then, her speed increased once again. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was still hesitating in the valley, suddenly sensed a terrifying yet familiar aura behind him. His heart jumped. F***ck, it can't be. As he spoke, Lin Rei turned around and saw a figure charging towards him at high speed. Damn, it's really Lu Yunhan. She. At this point, Lin Rei could not help but recall what he had done to her previously. Even though he had not touched her for real, it was still a form of humiliation for a powerful cultivator. At this thought, Lin Rei did not hesitate. He could not care less about whether there was any danger in the depths of the valley. He immediately unleashed his cultivation and used the dragon subduing step. A 3-day green dragon instantly appeared beneath Lin Rei's feet and carried Lin Rei towards the depths of the valley. At this moment, when Lu Yunhan saw the figure of light in front of her, she wanted to shout out. However, just as she was about to speak, she sensed that the figure of light in front of her was fleeing towards the depths of the valley. Bastard, am I that scary? How dare you run away as soon as you see me? At this moment, she was furious. She had not expected Lin Rei to flee as soon as he saw her. At this moment, she was no longer worried about Lin Rei. Instead, she wanted to chase after him and give him a good beating. Just like that, the curtains of a chase were raised. Lin Rei continued to flee, while Lu Yunhan chased after him with all her might. At the same time, she was shocked to find that an early-stage god cultivator was actually faster than her. Woo-woo, woo-woo. A sound that sounded like both crying and roaring could be heard as soon as Lin Rei entered the depths of the valley. At first, Lin Rei thought that it was the wind. However, the more he listened, the more he felt that something was wrong. The sound grew louder and louder, and a sense of danger rose in his heart. He stopped, not daring to chase after Lu Yunhan. With a serious gaze, he used his powerful divine sense and mental power to scan the area for danger. Humph, kid, you finally stopped. How dare you run after seeing me? Am I that scary? Ah. Hearing Lu Yunhan's words, Lin Rei ignored her and continued to scan the area. He believed in his instincts. Hey, what's wrong with you? Lu Yunhan was a God King expert. She was not stupid. After sensing Lin Rei's behavior, she became vigilant. Be careful, there might be something around us waiting for an opportunity to make a move, waiting to be our dinner. Hearing Lin Li's words, Lu Yunhan's heart skipped a beat. She immediately unleashed her divine sense to scan the surroundings. Woo-woo. Ha-ha-ha, swish. A black shadow instantly appeared from the side of Lu Yunhan. A huge mouth that could swallow a person rushed towards Lu Yunhan. Be careful. Seeing this scene, Lin Li couldn't care about anything else. He felt as though there was a voice in his heart telling him not to let her get hurt no matter what. Without hesitation, Lin Li rushed to Lu Yunhan's side and pushed her aside. At this moment, the gigantic mouth had arrived. Unable to react at all, Lin Li could only allow himself to be swallowed up by that unknown creature. Chapter 497. Plop. Lu Yunhan, who was pushed to the side by Lin Rei, instinctively wanted to scold Lin Rei. However, when she turned around, the person who made her heart flustered was swallowed by the unknown object. Lu Yunhan was instantly dumbfounded. At this moment, tears uncontrollably flowed out from her eyes and dripped onto her clothes. Her face was filled with sorrow and her body trembled violently. Was it fear or something else? Burp. At this moment, the unknown object that swallowed Lin Rei burped. It glanced at Lu Yunhan, who was sitting on the ground in a daze, and ignored her. Instead, it turned around and rushed away. How could this be? Lu Yunhan, who witnessed the scene of Lin Rei being eaten, had mixed feelings in her heart. There was sorrow, gratitude, guilt, and pity. Lu Yunhan was caught off guard by the complicated emotions. I'm crying? I'm actually crying? Feeling the moisture on her face, Lu Yunhan reached out to touch it and laughed. However, at this moment, Sakra, who was undergoing training in the Heavenly Assassins, suddenly felt a pain in his heart. He immediately knelt on the ground with one hand on the ground and the other hand on his chest. His face was filled with pain. At this moment, Sakra's eyes were filled with worry. How could this be? The original body is actually in danger. Sitting on Lin Rei's clone, although he couldn't sense Lin Rei's situation, he could feel a sense of comfort. This was also the reason why Lin Rei created a clone. The pain only lasted for a moment and it soon passed. Sakra didn't care too much about it as he believed that the original body could handle it. Furthermore, he was certain that the original body wasn't in any danger. Because they were connected. Although they each had their own thoughts, their lives were connected. If the original body died, then the doppelganger wouldn't be able to survive. However, if the doppelganger died, the original body wouldn't be able to survive. Regarding this situation, not every doppelganger technique would know. However, Lin Li, who knew the consequences, still created Sakra. It wasn't because of anything else, but because he felt that it was very fair. If something happened to him, the clone would die and he, as the original body, wouldn't be hurt at all. He wouldn't cultivate and wouldn't create a clone. Forget it. I'd better hurry up and train to become an assassin. When the time comes, I'll go and see what happened to the original body. Thinking of this, Sakra's expression became firm and he began to double his cultivation. However, what Lin Rei didn't know was that the clone that he cultivated had an advantage. No matter if it was the clone or the original body, as long as one of them broke through, the other would break through as well. There wouldn't be any side effects. Regarding this, the system and the little dragon didn't tell Lin Rei. 3 days passed just like that. Chapter 498. After listening to the little dragon's words, Lin Rei's eyes lit up, and his heart was inexplicably excited. The little dragon who knew Lin Rei's thoughts quickly said, "But you can't absorb this insect's energy yet." Bang! A sound was heard. Lin Rei, who was originally prepared to absorb the insect to increase his strength, was instantly heartbroken when he heard what the little dragon said. Why? Lin Rei didn't quite understand. He clearly said that he could absorb it, but now he couldn't. He really didn't understand what the little dragon meant. "Don't worry, I'm doing this for your own good." With that, the little dragon quickly told him the truth. This insect should be a creature of the holy world. It's a creature that specializes in storing energy. Even in the holy world, this insect is very precious. I didn't expect you to be so good at courting death. You actually encountered it in the divine world. Speaking of this, the little dragon looked at him strangely. He was very curious as to why Lin Rei could always coincidentally encounter something that could benefit him. "TSK, this only proves that I have a good character. Even the heavens are helping me." With that, Lin Rei's face was filled with pride. Hee. Looking at the little dragon's disdainful eyes, Lin Rei ignored it and let it look. After all, he wouldn't be at a disadvantage. "Alright, let me tell you how powerful this insect is." Seeing that Lin Rei ignored it, the little dragon quickly said seriously, "The thousand-legged insect is the name of this insect. Of course, this is not the same concept as the thousand-legged insect in your memory. When the thousand-legged insect is young, its cultivation is at the immortal venerable realm. However, when it reaches adulthood, its cultivation can reach the divine venerable realm. When it reaches the peak stage of the thousand-legged insect, it's an existence that can reach the peak of the holy world." It's that powerful? After listening to the little dragon's simple explanation of the thousand-legged insect, he was stunned. He didn't expect that he would be in the stomach of a future peak stage saint. Then, Lin Rei, who seemed to have thought of something, quickly asked the little dragon. However, before he could say anything, the little dragon's voice came again. "Don't worry, this insect is still in between young and adult. Its cultivation should be at the divine ancestor realm of the divine world. Of course, I can't guarantee that because no one knows the thousand-legged insect's cultivation. The only one who knows it." Hearing Xiaolong's words, Lin Li slowly let out a sigh of relief, the worry in his heart dissipating. Then, when can I absorb its energy? When Lin Li had heard that he could absorb the thousand-legged centipede to increase his power, he hadn't forgotten about it for a single moment, because this was the most important thing to him. "You. Sigh." What did you say?" Lin Rei knew about the cultivation of the Pishio. It had already recovered and still entered the divine state. As for what realm it had reached, he didn't know, but he knew that the Pishio definitely heard what he said just now. Listening to the words of the Pishio, Lin Rei rolled his eyes. Since he dared to play Tai Chi with himself, there was no need to be polite. Then, Lin Rei's tone changed and became self-righteous. "Give me a drop of your blood essence. Not much, just one drop. It's enough for me to refine pills." Hearing Lin Rei speak to himself like this, and even bluntly ask for his blood essence, suddenly, the Pishio was stunned. However, the Pishio, who quickly recovered, immediately said, "I don't have any blood essence, but I want a life. You decide." "You." Listening to the rogue reply of the Pishio, for a moment, Lin Rei was angry. He wanted to cry and laugh. He didn't expect the Pishio to be like this, but Lin Rei could also understand the stinginess of the Pishio. The monster beast was different from human beings, and the amount of blood essence was even more different. Just like Lin Rei, there were a total of 500 drops of blood essence in his body, and the Pishio belonged to the beast species, so his blood essence was at most 150 drops. For his actions at the moment, Lin Rei was very understanding. Forcing out a drop of blood essence was no different from letting the Pishio abolish its own cultivation. A drop of blood essence would regress its cultivation, and its chi and blood would float, and it would even be sluggish for a while. This was not a joke. "No matter what, it's impossible for me to give you my blood essence. You know my situation. My soul has been worn down too much by the magic array. Although my soul has been recovering for a long time, it has only recovered 1/10,000th of its peak state. If you want me to give you my blood essence now, don't even think about it." Looking at the determined look of the Pishio, Lin Rei felt a loss in his heart. He originally thought that it would be a very simple thing, but he didn't expect it to be so difficult. But in order to leave, in order to not let himself become a pile of excrement that was expelled by others, he still thickened his skin and began to soak in the soft membrane of the Pixiu's room. Although Lin Rei didn't know how to play rogue, he could learn and apply it. Putong, Lin Rei directly sat on the ground and played rogue. Humph, if you don't give me blood essence, I won't get up. Anyway, I'm going to die. If you don't give me blood essence, then accompany me to die. But you have to know, if you don't give me blood essence, then you have to die with me. Chapter 499. Please bless me and don't let anything go wrong. Before preparing to refine the pill, Lin Rei clasped his hands together and began to pray. He looked very pious. Boom, the illusory spirit blood fire appeared again, but this time it appeared directly in the universe. After seeing that everything was ready, Lin Rei waved his hand and the medicine bottle containing the Pixiu's blood essence was instantly summoned into his hand. He opened the bottle cap and the drop of Pixiu's blood essence floated out of the medicine bottle and stopped in front of Lin Rei. Oh, it's really good stuff. Looking at the Pixiu's blood essence in front of him, Lin Rei couldn't help but praise. Since he started to refine pills, this was the first time he saw such a spiritual blood essence. Of course, although he really wanted it, he knew that it was very hard to find and he didn't expect to have it. Go. Immediately, he observed that this was the best time to refine the pill. Lin Rei blew on the Pixiu's blood essence. Suddenly, the drop of blood essence flew into the universe and entered the cauldron. The moment it entered the cauldron, the illusory spirit blood fire instantly wrapped around the blood essence. Ayo. Just when the blood essence was about to be refined, the roar of a Pixiu came from the universe with anger. The pressure from the divine beast instantly came from the blood essence. Feeling the strong pressure, Lin Rei was suddenly shocked and happy. He didn't expect that just a drop of blood essence would contain the soul of a Pixiu. F***ck, this thing, even if it doesn't absorb the insects, just by absorbing this drop of blood essence, it can be upgraded by several levels. After opening the powerful energy in the blood essence, Lin Rei's excited heart instantly soared to an unprecedented level. His nervous body began to tighten. Because of excitement, his face flushed at this moment. Ayo woo. In an instant, after the fire increased in intensity, the roar of the Pixiu before immediately withered, and a weak roar was still ringing. Looks like it's still not enough. Hearing the faint sound, Lin Rei immediately increased the intensity of the fire. If the beast soul within a drop of blood essence was not removed, then the final pill refined would only be a defective product. It would not be beneficial to cultivation at all. Instead, it would have a very bad effect. This was not something that Lin Rei could see. Boom! This time, Lin Rei had already used all of his strength, and this time, the weak and audible beast roar finally disappeared. After sensing it, Lin Rei revealed a smile, but he didn't relax. Although the blood essence seemed to be easy to refine, in fact, it was not. Especially for a mythological beast like the Pixiu, the blood essence would have its own protective mechanism, and the blood essence would be very difficult to refine. Lin Rei, who had been observing the situation of the blood essence in the universe, saw that the blood essence did not melt at all. Suddenly, Lin Rei became worried. Releasing the illusory spirit blood fire consumed a lot of cultivation and spiritual energy. If it continued like this for 4 or 5 days, then the spiritual energy in Lin Rei's body would be drained in the end. Thinking of this, Lin Rei couldn't help but take out all the pills that could restore spiritual energy from the storage ring and put his soul in front of himself, in case of an emergency. Time passed quietly. Lin Rei didn't know how much time had passed. There was no alternation of sun and moon, nor was there an alarm clock, but the only thing that Lin Rei could be sure of was that in order to refine the blood essence, he had continuously consumed pills and spiritual fruits. However, in the past few days, the blood essence of the Pixiu in the universe showed no signs of melting. Alas! Oh my God! What do I have to do to refine you? How long has it been? Why hasn't it melted? Seeing that the essence blood in the worldly splendor was still the same as before, aside from the fact that there were no more beastly roars, Lin Li felt helpless. Once, twice, 4 times. Immediately, Lin Rei, who had taken pills to restore spiritual energy 4 times, finally found that the blood essence in the universe began to melt today. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei was completely revived from his helpless state. Ah! Lin Rei couldn't help but scream in a very sharp voice to thank the blood essence for melting. At this moment, there were still many empty pill bottles around him. This showed how deeply the refining of pills this time had affected him. Tick-tock. Tick-tock. In the universe, the sound of the blood essence melting was like a hammer pounding on Lin Rei's heart. Buzz buzz buzz. The sound was accompanied by the ticking sound. Lin Rei was very clear about this sound. This was the sound of impurities being removed. Although this was the blood essence of the Pishio, there were still impurities in it, but not a lot. Time passed again, and this time, not much time passed. In the process of the blood essence being completely refined, Lin Rei also took a pill to restore spiritual energy. Finally, the refining of the blood essence of the Pishio was completed. Happy with the drop of pure blood wrapped in the illusory spirit blood fire, Lin Rei's heart was excited. And Lin Rei could feel that the pressure, energy, and vitality emitted from the drop of blood essence were very strong. It could be said that this drop of blood essence was enough for an ordinary person without any cultivation to break through from the body refining realm to the immortal monarch realm. It was not an exaggeration at all. The energy contained in this drop of blood essence was very strong. Otherwise, the Pishio would not have fought with him for such a long time for such a drop of blood essence. Tick-tock. Lin Rei waved his hand, and the purified blood essence in the universe returned to the previous pill bottle. Only at this moment did Lin Rei feel relieved. Phew! Lin Rei, who took a deep breath, did not rush to refine the pill. Instead, he sat cross-legged and began to restore the spiritual energy he consumed in the process of refining the blood essence. Time passed quickly. After Lin Rei restored his cultivation, spiritual energy to the peak, he woke up. Pishio pill, wait until I refine you, see if I don't eat you. Then my efforts these days will not be in vain. Without stopping, Jinglei woke up from his recovery and began to refine the Pishio pill without stopping. With a wave of his hand, the already prepared spirit origin fruit instantly appeared in Lin Rei's hand and was thrown into the universe. Boom! The illusory spirit blood fire was instantly released after the spirit origin fruit was thrown into the universe. It wrapped around the fruit and began to refine it. Although this was not Pishio blood essence and was not as precious as Pishio blood essence, it was still a rare heavenly treasure. When refining the essence, Lin Rei was very careful. He did not want to do it again because of a moment of carelessness. 10 minutes later, a drop of green liquid with a fruity flavor instantly rushed out of the universe and perfectly fell into the pill bottle prepared in Lin Rei's mind. Then, the 3rd spirit herb, the 4th, the 5th, all the way until the 49th spirit herb. Finally, all the spirit herbs needed for the Pishio pill were completely refined. For this reason, Lin Rei, who had finished refining, wiped the cold sweat on his forehead. Come, the real problem is here. Looking at a total of 50 bottles, Lin Rei was melancholy for a while, but he had to cheer up. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. With the opening of the bottles one by one, drops of spirit herb spirit liquid were thrown into the universe by Lin Rei until the last Pishio blood essence. After all the movements were completed smoothly, Lin Rei became nervous. There was indescribable vigilance and caution in his eyes, as if the medicinal pill would be wasted if he was not careful. Ha! In an instant, Lin Rei roared, accompanied by the illusory spirit blood fire, wrapped all the spirit liquids in the universe and began to merge into one. Drops of spirit liquid, under the control of Lin Rei's mental power, were accurately integrated by Lin Rei according to the refining order. However, in the process of this integration, Lin Rei encountered many problems. For example, the attributes of the spirit herbs did not match. Some were yin, some were yang. The 5 elements of metal, wood, water, fire, and earth reinforced and restrained each other. If he was not careful, the whole refining process would be wasted. Time passed by little. The sweat on Lin Rei's forehead did not reduce because it was about to end, but became more intense instead. Come, the final battle has begun. Success or failure depends on this. Sensing that the spirit liquids in the furnace had all been integrated, and the final step of fusing the pill had begun. Fuse for me! With a loud shout, He let his cultivation out at this moment and began to compress the medicinal pill in the furnace. Little by little, compressing little by little. Looking at the spirit liquids turning into medicinal pills little by little, Lin Rei's heart could not help but be excited. At this moment, the medicinal fragrance was not controlled by any restriction and drifted out, and fell into Lin Rei's nose. Damn, this is too tempting. Smelling the medicinal fragrance, Lin Rei's heart could not help but tremble, and he almost let down his guard because of the medicinal fragrance. Pah! Lin Rei slapped his own face, and suddenly, his originally hazy eyes became completely clear at this moment. Whoosh! Feeling the pain, Lin Rei immediately increased his cultivation and began to compress the medicinal pill quickly. Ha! Divide the pill. With a loud shout and a surge of spiritual energy, Lin Li began to divide the originally single pill. Then 1 pill, 2 pills. Finally, when he reached the 16th pill, Lin Li stopped. This was because Lin Li had already divided the pills to the limit. He couldn't divide any more. Otherwise, the furnace would explode. Looking at the medicinal pills taking shape one by one, Lin Rei smiled and waved his hand, and the illusory spirit blood fire instantly withdrew, followed by the sound of 16 medicinal pills piercing through the air. Dong, dong, dong. Lin Rei, who had already prepared the medicinal bottles, waved his hand, and the 16 medicinal pills in the air directly fell into the bottle. After doing all this, Lin Rei collapsed to the ground, but his face was relaxed. Chapter 500. Lin Rei, who was lying on the ground, tightly clenched the successfully refined Pichio pill in his hand. His face was filled with a satisfied smile. Looks like I have to practice more in the future. I didn't expect that just refining a pill would take so long. This has never happened before. Thinking of this, the satisfied smile on his face instantly disappeared and was replaced by a worried expression. Regarding his current cultivation, as well as other alchemy cultivations, he was deeply aware of his own shortcomings. Immediately, Lin Rei felt that time was pressing. Without resting, he sat up and with a thought, he disappeared from the system and returned to reality. At this moment, in the stomach of the 1,000-legged worm, Lin Rei, who had returned to his body, looked at the illusory spirit blood fire that was burning around him and the sticky green liquid. For a moment, the disgusting feeling appeared again. Looks like I can't wait any longer. At this moment, Lin Rei suddenly felt pain from his buttocks. Tilting his body, he looked down and saw that the pants on his buttocks had been corroded by the green liquid. His body was already exposed to the sticky green liquid. Seeing this, Lin Rei was filled with worry. He didn't expect that his illusory spirit blood fire would gradually lose its effect on the sticky green liquid. Immediately, Lin Rei became nervous. Since he had already decided to start refining, Lin Rei turned his head and looked at the pill bottle in his hand. His eyes were filled with determination. The pill bottle containing the Pichio pill was opened by Lin Rei. A wave of medicinal fragrance instantly filled the entire demonic beast's stomach. Immediately, Lin Rei didn't hesitate. The hand that was holding the pill bottle shook. In the next moment, the pill flew out and directly entered Lin Rei's mouth. The pill melted in his mouth and the medicinal fragrance filled Lin Rei's mouth and nose. The fragrance, accompanied by a huge amount of energy, instantly rushed to Lin Rei's abdomen and rushed towards his Dan palace. Sensing this scene, Lin Rei was shocked. He didn't expect that a single pill would have such a huge amount of energy that it could rush to his Dan palace. This energy was extremely overbearing. Lin Rei believed that if he allowed it to do as it pleased, his Dan palace would be broken in the next moment. From then on, Lin Rei would become a complete ruin. Fortunately, the moment he felt the huge amount of energy, the primal chaos scripture and devouring heaven art were instantly activated and blocked the path of the huge amount of energy. At the same time, the illusory spirit blood fire wasn't retracted by Lin Rei. The little dragon had a huge amount of energy. The heaven-devouring heaven art. He didn't ask the little dragon, and directly used his devouring heaven art to devour the sticky green liquid in his body. Bzzz. A strange sound was heard. According to legend, there was once a person who succeeded. Later, that person began to walk step by step to the peak of the Tao and became the strongest expert. Of course, Lin Rei did not dare to guarantee this method. It was not because he was afraid, but because although he knew there was a way, he did not know how to do it. But facing the situation in front of him and the waves of pain, Lin Rei did not dare to be negligent. If he succeeded, he would live. If he failed, he would die. It was that simple. After making a decision, Lin Rei, whose eyes were filled with madness, moved instantly. He raised his hands slightly and grabbed in front of him. Suddenly, a burst of pure energy began to be absorbed by Lin Rei. At this moment, Lin Rei's spiritual power had reached the peak. His soul power had also reached the peak. Looking inside, he saw where his internal organs and broken meridians were. Without hesitation, a burst of terrifying energy rushed from his limbs to his internal organs and began to condense. At the same time, the illusory spirit blood fire was also absorbed by Lin Rei at this moment. It began to refine his internal organs with pure spiritual energy. Lin Li didn't regret this crazy decision of his. If he succeeded, then in the future his training speed would be even faster, and he would be even more powerful. The risk of death, Lin Rei thought, but there was no other way. If he did not do this, he would only die faster. Looking at his internal organs that were condensed with pure spiritual energy taking shape little by little, Lin Rei felt a burst of excitement. However, he did not feel happy because of this little bit of formation. The revolution had just begun. The road ahead was still very difficult. Lin Rei was very clear about this point. This kid is so good. He is actually condensing his internal organs. This is something that should be done in the body refining realm. I did not expect him to refine it again. At this moment, in the system, in the pitch-black space, Lin Rei was looking for the little dragon. It was sitting cross-legged in the void with a face full of interest, looking at 1,000 years of light screen. However, the light screen was showing the scene of Lin Rei looking inside. At this moment, the little dragon was looking at Lin Rei condensing his internal organs bit by bit. But do you think this will succeed? If it is really as simple as you think, then everyone will do it. With that, the little dragon closed its eyes and meditated. However, Lin Rei, who was working hard, did not know about the little dragon's actions at this moment. At this moment, Lin Rei was anxiously sensing the progress of his internal organs' condensation. Time passed bit by bit as the energy continued to flow into Lin Li's body. At this moment, Lin Li's shattered internal organs had been completely transformed.